tuned in to the only station in the galaxy, broadcasting right from Euclid. Whether you're watching or listening, this is Cobra TV, and this is a podcast.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Our demise is upon us, travelers. Prophecies have foretold the destruction of our universe. I encourage all travelers, interlopers, nomads alike, to repent our sins and embrace each other in this trying time. Our universe is about to be reset. Our homes destroyed. All creatures on every planet will be twisted and transformed into new forms and beings. Fear the Atlas, Loop 16, and all the forces that want to tear apart our fabric of what we think is our reality. The end is coming! The end is coming! Find a safe place and brace for impact. I hope we are all the same. After the great reset, 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 reset. The end is coming! I hope we are all the same. After the great reset.
Good evening, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers, explorers, bounty hunters, pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there, Viking, Korvax, and you strange smelling geck. May the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. Tonight, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy, somewhere deep in space. This is a late night show on Cobra TV. Call in tonight and let's make contact. How you doing, guys? How's everybody doing out there? We are on camera tonight. What is going on, you strange glowing entities? What's going on, guys? We are going to do, there's no special theme for tonight's show. Tonight, it's you calling in from the stars and talking about next. Talking about what your dreams are, what you think is inside next, your Xbox conspiracy theories, your update conspiracy theories. If you want to talk about, we don't have the chat up here. If you would like to talk about the No Man's Sky Con that we're going to be doing, I think it's safe to say that we should do it in June and not July. I think we should do it ahead of the update. So get on the show tonight. Talk about what we could do for this convergence. A lot of great ideas floating around out there. I'm in the process right now setting up some interviews, and I will keep you informed if those come through. We got Keep Calm in the chat. Keep Calm Game On in the chat saying hype. We got Social Geographic. I caught the stream. Thank you, buddy. It's good to have you in there, bud. Cross the Fire. Killer intro, Cobra. Thank you. I made that. I had Tim do the voiceover work. So really good stuff. Really good stuff. Thank you, buddy. Kitty is in the chat. What is going on? Vampire Luigi. I hope next is actual multiplayer where everyone is on a single server. I do too, Vampire. I do too. We got Dog. That would be lit. The Geeky Pikachu. There's something like the syllables of that Geeky Pikachu. The syllables just tickle my I don't know, my reflexes or something. Drunken Taco says, great night, brother, man. Just got home from work. Awesome, buddy. Very awesome. Cross the Fire. You made that? Yeah, bud, I did. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you, bud. Thank you. So we got Swords. What's up? What's up, buddy? All right, everyone. Sword says, what's up, Cobros? What's going on, everyone? We are going to... I think my cat is attacking my dog. Okay. So, let's see. Hidden Jew. Your show gets better every cast. Thank you, Hidden Jew. Thank you, buddy. Someone's name is UFO Cobra. What is up? I love it. I really love it. Let's see if anybody wants to come on the show just yet.
Hello?
What's up, buddy? I had the speakers like turned up really, really loud. So if you would have said something, if you would have said something, it would have been like a concert hall.
I could just see all the like photos and stuff just fall off your bookcase there.
All the No Man's Sky
too much bass. How's it going, man?
It's going good, dude. It's going good. Tonight, man, there's really nothing on the agenda specifically, like we have been here lately. Just kind of open up the floor and just open up the discussion about update speculation, Xbox speculation, release date speculation, all that stuff, and get a little bit of discourse going on with the convergence. So making headway on some contacts. Nothing solid yet as far as interviews go, but fingers are crossed. At least I'm getting somewhere.
Well, that's a good thing. You don't know until you ask. So you always got to ask.
That's right. That's right. Spellcheck says, Cobra, did you see the Wear packaging? Are you talking about the long shoebox looking thing? Spellcheck said, DevKit. Did I miss something?
So what is the newest thing that happened, like the latest development within the ARG? Do we know?
Well, the last I heard was we were, with all the USB drives, they overlaid 4 pictures with letters, ransom letters and ransom words and numbers. And they overlaid all 4 and it came up with a password. And they used that password inside the Wear dev login on the Wear page and used the email that was given on every one of the text documents from the USB, and we were all able to sign in to the account. But he's a level 3 pass and level 3 clearance, and there's not a whole lot to look at once you get in there.
So we're kind of just waiting now.
Yeah,
we hit another wall.
We're waiting. Right.
Okay. Waiting on the world to change, Cobra. We're waiting.
And as the Drunken Taco states it, waiting on the world to reset.
Speaking of the Drunken Taco, I am digging the new intro, man. I was like, that's Tim. I know that's Tim. I recognize that voice anywhere.
I saw somebody.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw somebody writing something similar on Twitter, and I'm like, oh my God, I would love to hear Tim read that. Just not even acting, just Tim being himself. Just Tim read that.
Yeah, I read that tweet. And I'm like, yes, please. And then I tune on. I get on here, and it's like Tim. I'm like, there he is, making things happen. From tweet to yeah, it's in the show now. That's cool. So here's my theory, Cobra. Okay, here's my theory. I said this before, but here's what's going to happen. All right. So the newest Xbox, right? The Xbox 2 or whatever, Xbox 1, 2, who knows what they're going to call it. It's going to come out on July 24th at the release of No Man's Sky on Xbox. They're going to call it Nextbox 1, and it's going to be great. That's my speculation. That's where,
I'm at. I heard you. You're like Nextbox 1.
Yeah, Nextbox 1. And Sean Murray now works for Microsoft, and he's going to have unlimited funding for all of his crazy ideas. It could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
There's my fan theory.
Infinite Lightning, how you doing, buddy? So what's your E3 speculation? My E3 speculation is Microsoft is going to present the game, and they're going to talk about it. Probably just a little bit. Who knows? Maybe they might fly Hello Games out there. Maybe they're like, look, guys, we want to push this. Why don't you guys come on out?
I don't know if anybody from Hello Games is going to be there to like announce it. I think it's like you said, there's going to be like a guy from Microsoft. It's going to be like, we're very happy to now have, Hello Games, a part of the family. Check this out. Or they'll just be like, they'll just shadow drop the trailer. But I don't think they're going to have anybody like Sean Murray be there.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I mean, I would love to see Sean there, but I feel like maybe next update if this one goes over well.
Possibly.
Because there's still that when people think of No Man's Sky, there's still a lot of people that are like, oh, No Man's Sky or whatever. So I think after this big update hits, changes some people's minds, then I think maybe Hello Games will come out of the shadows and be at E3 again. But I don't think it's going to happen before or when they're going to launch this new update. But I could be wrong.
We could get surprised. I mean, Microsoft might say, look, we want to sell this on our system, so we really want you to come on out.
Every E3 I see, I'm like, Sean Murray's going to come out. I'm just hoping. I'm like, I don't know why he would be there, but I'm like, he's going to come out and say something. Like whenever like Sony or someone says, we have one more surprise, I'm like, it's Sean Murray. I know it. And it's never Sean. But I'm like, it could happen. So fingers crossed, but it's a stretch. But who knows?
Regardless, expecting them to be at E3 is like, that's expecting a lot. I want it so bad, right? But I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm going to reserve that little spot just in case, because I can see Microsoft throwing their weight around a little bit. Like, come on, Sean, we need to sell this game on our console. Come on. But if you think about it, it might be even smarter to not have Hello Games come on out, because if it's Microsoft up there on stage saying, this is No Man's Sky Next, now available or coming soon to Xbox One, and here's a new trailer and here's the new features, we're excited about this, blah, 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 blah. That might sell the game more than actually having Sean Murray there, because everyone's going to be like, oh, that guy again? But if it's Microsoft doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Like, yeah. I think the fact that Sean Murray would be there would overshadow the update. He'd become the conversation. And I don't think they would want that. They'd be like, okay, there's a cool update, but Sean Murray revealed himself. I think that would kind of take over the conversation. But you never know.
Yeah. I don't know who Brent's Gaming is.
That would be cool though if Sean made an appearance.
It sure would, yeah.
I want to see, like, if they do announce this at E3, I want to, like, have a shot of the crowd and just see everybody's face, and they're, like, jaw dropped to the floor. Like, it might be that big of an update. It just might blow people's minds, or they'll just be like, okay, that's kind of cool. But, man, I think it's going to be something big.
I agree. We got Harris on the call. Harris, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Cobra, how you doing? Doing
good, man. Doing good. I'm surprised you have you've calmed your itch about going over there to Allison Smith again, knocking on the door. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, that was really fun. I'm sure they probably have a guard at the door now, and I was like, so no come in, you know.
Right.
But
they got snipers posted on the roof.
Right. Yeah. Anybody with a T-shirt, then check them out. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What brings you on the show tonight, dude? I'm happy to have you back on, man.
Yeah, thanks. I've been meaning to come on. I listen to all the shows, and I have a lot of fun listening, and listening to you guys talking. And it's hard for me to find the right time to get on. So I just wanted to come on. I've been listening to the last couple of videos and the speculation about Next and the ARG. So I just had a couple of thoughts about it. And also, I know I liked your video about people giving their own reviews. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, if I could put my 2 cents in on that too, I would like to do that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm not done editing, so I can add it right on it too.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
No, I was just, a couple of things I was thinking about why I like playing it. I mean, I've played like almost 400 little plus hours. So I've done a lot of the, quests but one of the things that drew me to it right away was, I'm a sci-fi guy, so I love sci-fi. And just when I first saw it was just the visuals and the color palette and, it looked great. And, when you were talking about the story, beside the 30-hour story, if you like to read science fiction books, there's a lot of great, this is more of a reading, adventure than of course there's like visuals, but you got the at the Atlas lore, you got the Remembrance lore, which is kind of cool if you get to the final Atlas station. You got the the boundary devices, if that new thing with the circle, that's like a whole nother story. You got the abandoned building story. You got the Get Korvax Viking story. You got the Artemis thing. You got a lot of different threads of story.
Right.
So that part appealed to me, trying to figure, puzzle the whole out, and then, of course, the ARG that ties into that, Yeah,
that's really cool, man, because how the ARG tied us in, literally tied us all into the story as part of the origin.
Right. That was really
so
smart
cool.
Where they did that. And I thought it was just easy to pick up. I'm an older gamer, so I really haven't played a game in years. But when I first picked it up, it was pretty easy to pick up for newbies. So, and of course, everybody was saying, the community is great. The videos and the shows about it, and how to find stuff on the Wikipedia. Not Wikipedia, the Gamepedia.
Right. Yeah.
If you're having trouble. So that was cool. But I had a thought about Next also.
Okay.
Because it was going to be such a different, I agree with you, it's going to be a whole nother type of game, because Sean Murray, he's the guy who invented the game engine, and he's been, the other people were handling a lot of the visuals and the assets. He was coding, I think, and refining this engine for 2 years to make it the way he wanted to make it. And he's not programming the trivial stuff. He's doing the super duper, efficiency coding to make it really appear good on the PS4, with all the new assets they're going to put in, the bigger stuff and all the different permutations. And so I think that's what he was focusing on. So that's why it's called Next, because it's going to be totally a new engine of not totally new, but version 2 of the rendering of the procedural engine. So
that's what I say. Cool. That's what I say. But
yeah.
And I think that's, and people make fun of me. I shouldn't even bring it up right now, but I think that's the reason why it says free for existing players, free update for existing players, because us PC, PS4 players, we might see this, think that it's going to be a different version of the game, but fear not. You don't have to go out and buy this new version. It's just going to get updated.
Right. As long as people, if they were smart, they go out now and get a Sony, used $20 disc, and then you'll get a brand new game for, instead of spending $50, you'll only spend $20.
I have to go on the computer.
So that was, I thought, people, if PS4, if they're on the fence, they should do that. Just go get the $20, version, and then you'll get everything.
Yes, that's very confusing about how the price of
Who?
No Man's Sky is.
Please, I need to go on there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I told you it's hard to fit in time. Anyway, I thought that was a great thing about the new Next is going to be, and I think the ambient mode might be the VR. You're going to have the VR, and
that's immediately what I thought when I first seen the ambient mode. I'm like, I don't think. Do you need to get off?
2 seconds, yeah.
Okay, I don't want you getting hurt, man. It sounds like she's beating the crap out of you. Just look at her and be like, "Hey, lady."
I've been gone for 2 hours. You could have done the whole time. Paris, I mean it.
Tell her she's being broadcasted to.
All right, everybody listening to you, and you're
I
playing
don't
silly.
care.
All right. My last point, I was just going to bring about ARG. The ARG is it's alternate reality. It's not real. The device, the websites, the people. You know, when you guys were discussing about if it's real, it's not real. The product, there's no way it's real. It's alternate reality, and it ties into the game just like the Atlas Rises. So. Anyway.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. It's tying into the lore. It's how we got stuck inside the universe.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Neil, so I'll call again a different day. This is actually
okay, buddy.
All right for me. But anyway, I just wanted to get on. So thanks to everybody and Cobra, thanks to your videos. It's really a lot of fun. And the whole community
man.
Listening. Okay, man. Thanks, Adam.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Bye, bro. All right, good call. Good call, man.
Yeah. So even though the headset is fake, it still at least makes you think. It's like, could this be possible? And that's what No Man's Sky does. It makes you think. That's why I love it. And the story is basically just a book that you read. But it's like you have to use your imagination within the game. It's not like just showing you all these cutscenes like other games and kind of holding your hand. It's like they give you the facts of the story, and you kind of think of it in your mind, and then you play through it. So it's really unique.
Totally agree.
It's not like any other game I've played before.
We're gonna get. I'm gonna call him Snow Obsidian because the other name. I feel like I'm gonna mess up every time I say it.
Let's call him Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
Snow, what is going on, dude?
Yo.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good.
Bit here.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about updates, speculation, and talk about a little bit about the No Man's Sky Con and things like that. And so, I mean, you know what? I know you got a lot to say about the No Man's Sky Con.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Buckle up, guys. Buckle up. Here it comes.
Yeah, because I got ideas like out the wazoo. I mean, for some of those who have seen the previous, 3-5 subcasts, I gave Cobra a bunch of ideas because the whole Atlas 16 thing, Loop 16, Area 16, all that fun jazz, I gave him 16 to 18 ideas for the No Man's Sky Con events. So I don't actually know what you're doing on the subcast on YouTube, but I just wanted to ask if we could find a time to how do I say this? Basically go over some stuff like races and finding planets suitable for some of the events, you know?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? Maybe we could plan that for Thursday and maybe just invite just a ton of people and, just go off and do like a planning party for it.
Like a brainstorming session.
Yeah.
In the game?
Yeah, in the game.
Cool. Oh, by the way, Cobra, you said that you wanted to leave a comp station at my base. Have you done that yet? Because I'm not seeing it.
No, buddy. I haven't even been able to jump back into the game yet because I've been working.
All right. Let me find a way to switch the camera because I want to show you this.
Okay.
This is just downright awesome because I built this myself. All right, give me a second, guys. Let me just.
Okay.
You guys can talk. I'll just show on video.
All right. Yeah, my job's pretty heavy, man. Really heavy. I work quite a bit of the 24-hour period. Quite a big chunk of that 24-hour period. And this is my day off, but I have to go into a meeting in the morning, so I don't even.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, Cobra. Like I work like 40 hours a week, so full time. But I pop up maybe like one video per day, and it's usually a live stream. And then you're out here doing all these 3-hour-long shows and all these speculation videos. I'm like, does this guy ever sleep? You need to get some sleep, Cobra. Like, I don't know how you do it.
When it's not when it's not Tuesday or Thursday and I'm live, I'm only getting like 3 to 4 hours of sleep that day because I went live. Because that's what I love to do, and I don't want to sacrifice. I'd rather sacrifice my sleep for doing what I love to do. Okay, we're looking at Snow's.
Yeah, I gotta switch angles because it looks like you're just seeing the head because there's a lot more to this. Give me a second, guys.
All right.
Psycho Mike says he wants multiplayer that can board the freighters and man the turrets. That'd be cool if you could hop in your freighter and just like 16 people on your freighter, all manning the gun turrets, fending off like waves after wave of pirates. It would be sweet. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Somebody said they would like to see No Man's Sky cockpit VR. That'd be cool.
There we go.
All right, so we're looking at a picture here of Snow. I can't put it on OBS.
Darn.
Wow,
I'll send a picture of. I've already sent. I think I sent a picture to it on Cobra's PSN. So if he can view that on the live stream, everyone else can see it.
Well, my daughter's watching something on the PS4.
You could tweet him a picture of it, man. Like tweet him a picture, and then you could.
I don't actually know how to use Twitter.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't have
actually know how to message him on Twitter. I just don't know how. Well, I could send him a picture on Facebook.
Yeah, do that.
All right, but problem is I don't actually have. It's on the PS4, not on the tablet that I'm using. But
so
yeah,
Cobra,
go ahead.
Oh, I said I finally started exploring the like underwater oceans of No Man's Sky. I started a creative mode save.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah. And I was like doing a time lapse thing because I was inspired by Just Jared because he's always doing these crazy awesome time lapses. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go explore the water. And then as I started going down there, I'm like, I gotta record this. So I just spent like 20 minutes just like floating through the ocean, and it was pretty cool. I'm like, this is what's down here. And I didn't like find any fish or anything. I was just like looking at all the reefs and everything, just floating. It was really cool. I'm gonna have to do more of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Rayrod actually has a part of his overhaul mod to where it turns the land that you walk on and stuff like that. He uses the land that's underneath the water, so it really looks like a super alien planet.
Nice. One of these days, I'm gonna have to get his mod, but I'm not too far into the actual story of the just normal game, so I don't want to. After I get further, then maybe I'll go back and I'll try his mod. Yeah. But then we got the next update coming, and oh man, there's so many things, Cobra, so many things. It's crazy.
Right. I'm gonna go over to Facebook here.
Doggy Dog says he wants more ships. Someone says storage space, travel to various stars.
Oh, I just realized I could do something. I am such a... Bleh. I don't want to curse, so I'm just censoring myself. I just realized I can do something. Give me a second, guys.
No problem, buddy.
So, Cobra, you still think possibly procedurally generated cities could be a thing?
I do. What?
Procedurally generated something, like it's got to be some kind of structure or something, because I mean you don't just hire a guy that specializes in that for no reason, unless they're like working on a totally different game, which is also a possibility. But it's got to be, I mean, they got pretty much everything else procedurally generated like down, like we're good. But I think the cities definitely, like the structures definitely could use some work. And I think
here's the thing, they have Hello Labs, right? And they said they had one procedural experimental game in development with Hello Labs. But the thing with Sam Swain is I believe that was him and his project. Not only that, but he's also employed. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's a double whammy with Sam Swain. Double, it's a double. So you've got his experimental project, and you've got his you got donation Seakite. I haven't heard of Seakite. Seakite's big away for a long time. Seakite, what's going on, buddy? Hey, man, call into the show, dude. Thank you so much. You're Cobra. I can't see what that says right now. Hold on. Let me expand it.
He said he'd.
Hey, man, I didn't know how to donate, so I did the Patreon thing and this. Oh, Sea Kite. Thank you, Cobro. Hashtag Sea Kite in the chat.
That's awesome.
Thank you, brother. Tim, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Wow, that's loud.
Turn down your mic a little bit, Tim.
Inside
How did
voices.
Inside. What's going on?
That was loud.
I didn't think I screamed. Maybe it's because I'm holding my phone as a phone. My bad. I need to find a headset for this thing.
Okay, perfect. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, another day, another dollar. Hopefully,
Better be more than $1.
That would suck if you work all day and it's like your boss gives you $1. It's like, here you go, man. Buy yourself a Snickers.
Right.
Like, I quit. No, not going to happen.
I've been keeping my eyes out hardcore for marketing, just in case they send anything that may give us some hints on what's up. And if I can tell it, I'll tell it. If I can't, I'll poke at you a little bit and tease everybody.
I guarantee your store manager's got something.
Maybe by now. I mean,
they go to meetings. They go to these meetings and they talk about what's going to be happening because there's certain things that they need to know because they need to capitalize on those types of sales and things like that. So,
I'm assuming there's going to be some marketing come down soon for it, some posters and this and that may give away what's going on. So I'm hoping anyway, but not yet.
Do you think they'll do like a midnight release at GameStop?
Oh no. No. Any more with midnight releases, it all depends on how much the store itself has pre-ordered. Like even like God of War stuff, we're going to do like an early launch the night before.
I tell you what, one of the most interesting times, and it was such a letdown for me too, and I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but GTA 5, I went to the midnight launch of that. And I tell you what, there were so many people there. So many people. And I got there super early. Sword. Oh, my God. Hashtag Sword. What a Cobro. Thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Hashtag Sword in the chat. Oh, my gosh.
Hashtag Sword.
And we continued comment. You're done. What?
He's been posting like some comments that he wanted you to read. And he thought you were ignoring him. So...
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Abram. I wasn't looking at the screen. What was he saying?
I can't remember. Abram, repost that one comment you're talking about. Yeah.
Come on, Abram. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't ignore you.
Cobra's multitasking. It's hard to read the chat at the same time. What were you saying, Tim?
Actually, Cobra was talking about a midnight launch for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there were so many people there. I got there super early. I got there like 3 hours early. Help me pay attention for Abram's comment. So there were like people, like drag racing each other out there and stuff like that. It was like a party, dude. I couldn't believe how many people there are. I got footage of it somewhere on my computer. But it just blew my mind. The line went on forever.
That's how it is here, man. We have such a small town, but when say a big Call of Duty game comes out, or Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, it gets ridiculous. The best that I'd ever seen was Modern Warfare 2 Midnight.
Here's Abram's comment. I'm sorry, Tim.
Go ahead.
Do you agree with Just Jared's latest video that everything in No Man's Sky is just made to help to stuff to collect units just after you get a freighter, S-class ship, explore a lot, finish your story? Nah. Are you trying to say that the game is just a unit collector? Help you. Thank you so much. You're a Cobret. What a Cobret. Thank you so much. Help you. Hashtag help you collections in the chat. Go check out her channel. She does giveaways. Is that what you're saying, Abram? Do I think that I agree with him that it is a unit collector only? Is that what he was trying to say?
Yeah, I think in Just Jared's video he was saying that a lot of everything that goes on kind of revolves around the units. Like you get the stuff to get more units and do this and that. Like there's a story, but he wanted more of like a focus on something else besides just getting more and more money, if that makes sense.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what.
I was going to say, if it makes him feel better, before the Foundation update, everyone was thinking the same thing. But we were speculating that we would get to buy freighters. And at the time, you couldn't get freighters. So everybody was saving up money, complaining that there was nothing to buy. As soon as Foundation came, we had our freighters. And all that money that we had saved went to that. And I have a good feeling that it's going to be something similar. So I'd be saving some money.
So you think we're going to get like more buyable items, like ships or upgrades, so on and so forth?
I think so. I think we'll actually be able to finally sell our ships too without just trading them. I'm thinking that may come.
I don't know if I agree with that though, because is it the way that I play No Man's Sky? I'm probably the poorest player in the universe. I'm the poorest traveler because I really don't care about how many units I have. I care about where I'm at. You know, like what I'm seeing and I don't I'm not focused on it. The only time I've ever really focused on collecting anything was nanite clusters.
Yeah. I had so many units until I deleted my day one file to start over from Atlas Rises, and
yeah.
I'm at around like 2 million units. That's as much as I've gotten, just like around 2 million. Donation from Jason E. and Stewart. Got a couple donations, Cobra.
Stewart? Yeah, Jason E. and Stewart. Hashtag these Cobros, guys. Jason E. says Australia has the highest rate of Cobra fans per capita. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. You guys are so much. You guys are just like Cobros. Sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted here. Stuart again.
Ooh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Default 16 as well.
Oh my gosh. How are you seeing this before me?
Maybe I have faster internet. I'm not sure.
Stop bragging. Okay. Oh my god, it's gone. What does it say?
You should be able to just scroll up in the chat, and it should...
I can't. Well, hold on. Maybe I can if I go.
Yeah, have
back
your stream up.
Default.
Stuart, guys.
This is the night.
Wait. I guess. Hold on. No, I can't scroll up.
Default 16. He said, Cobra. He said, Cobra, I owe you an apology. When the game came out, I said some things in your comments that I regret. Just want to let you know that I'm sorry and I'm proud to be a part of this community.
Dude, you do not have to apologize to me. Nobody ever has to apologize to me. I understand. A lot of people were pretty upset, and people say things when they get upset. You do not have to apologize. Please don't. You're a Cobra, dude, and you're always welcome here, no matter what.
I think smack talking is a part of gaming. Like, I'll be playing Call of Duty, and I'm having fun. I'm like, this game sucks. It's just like I'm constantly trashing it. But like, man, I'm having fun. It's just what I do.
If I die in permadeath mode, I usually curse No Man's Sky out for a good 5 minutes, and then I'll like go back into it and being creative and get all happy again when I get to see all the pretty things. Then go back to permadeath and then start cussing again when I die.
Yeah.
The whole unit thing, though, is something I didn't think of because, like, I've been speculating on, multiplayer and all this. I never thought that they might add more things for us to buy in the game. That just now occurred to me that they probably will add more stuff. Like, if we do get character models, maybe we can, like, buy different, like, armor or outfits or hats. Just crazy stuff.
I can't help but think
just change your whole wardrobe.
Just because the whole freighter thing. That was what got me. Because people were thinking everything, and I just couldn't help it. Once I got my freighter, I was so content with life, and then I stayed poor for the majority of that.
I don't think I'm ever going to get a freighter. Like, they cost so much, and I am just now, like, hitting 2 million units. I'm like, I got so much money, and then I looked at the freighter. I'm like, how do these things cost so much? Like, I'm never going to buy one of these things.
You make a good point, too. They're making it harder to buy a freighter. Like, my freighter was originally 10 million, and it was a massive freighter with plenty of slots. Now look at them. They're up to, like, 80 million and more.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Maybe they'll let us, like, team up and, like, put our currencies together. And, like, or take out loans. It's like, would you like to buy a loan for this freighter? Pay an interest rate.
Just
to the
imagine how much a space station is going to cost you when they have when they're next, huh? When you get to have one next, huh?
You think you're going to be able to buy?
What about that speculation, huh?
What was that, Cobra? Huh?
Cobra, you're gonna
what was that?
blow my mind, Cobra.
I was
we got
expecting
Sea Kite's on the show. Sea Kite, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I'm kind of at work counting money. But it's fine. I'm good at the moment in time.
That's good, man.
No Man's Sky next. Have you heard of the possibility that it might release in July? Just throwing that out.
July 24th is when the Xbox release happens.
Yeah, so if that's accurate.
Danny Gunther just donated, and he says, for all those wrong button and for keeping the No Man's Sky community tight, hashtag at Cobra TV. Thank you, dude. Hashtag you, Danny. Hashtag Danny in the chat. Thank you, buddy. You're Cobra.
I just sung that a little. I know.
But yeah, the possibility that the update will hit before the potential Xbox release.
That's the rumor. Yeah, that's the rumor. The Xbox release is going to be July 24th, but it is speculated. I wouldn't even call it a rumor. Speculated that Next is going to be out before Xbox for the simple reason that it's going to be a hard sell for Xbox, right? Because they've seen what happened, and anybody who doesn't own the game automatically doesn't like it because of what they heard.
Yeah, but I thought it said that the Xbox was going to release automatically with the next update.
It did. That's why I believe it will come out first, because just like you said, it says in that Sean Murray thing, it said that it will launch with the next update and the other updates that came before it.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like we're going to get it first to show off to the world. Maybe they'll show us a trailer at E3, drop the update right after they show the trailer, and then that'll give them time to work out the glitches before they print all the games and send them out.
Mm.
By the way, Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I just want to let you know that, fingers crossed, but I sent the image on Facebook.
Okay, let me check.
Fingers crossed, because I don't know if you're friended with me.
On Facebook? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I think Microsoft has less skin in the game because, as far as I know, they're not like putting any of their own money into it. Because I know Sony like helped with some of the funding for No Man's Sky, but I think Microsoft they're just happy it's coming to their console, and 505 Games is like publishing it. But I don't know how much more resources they put in to port it over to Xbox One. But then you got the resources that went into the next update. But I don't think Microsoft helped with that. So they definitely have less skin in the game. So even if people do go out and buy it for PS4, I don't think Microsoft's going to be too concerned about it. So they may release it. I mean, show the update before it hits Xbox One. Because it's not like they have to buy the Xbox One version. I mean, it's now they have the option.
Right. All right, so we're going to show off Snow Obsidian's awesome build here. Holy crap. That's amazing, dude.
I call it the Guardian of the Snowfield.
Guardian of the Snowfield. That is freaking awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
How long did that take you to build?
Not sure. It took me a little while, but all in all, it went out pretty good. I actually used the terrain manipulator to make it look like the hand is kind of still stuck in the ground a little bit.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Very good, cool. Dude. Very good. Yeah, as soon as I get a chance to get back into the game, dude, I'll definitely pay you a visit.
Also, there is actually a race in there. It's a shame you can't name your racetracks, because that'd be awesome. But if I was able to name my racetrack, I'd call it the Trial of the Guardian. But
that'd be awesome.
Also, whenever you do get back on the game, of course, I would like to know some tips on race building, if you have any.
I built the one race that you see me do when I was advertising the Great Nomad race. And I wouldn't say I was good at it, You know, it's just as simple as just placing. I did it to where I would crash into the most things, so that way it'd be the loudest and most exciting. I put mine down inside canyons to where it made it feel like I was pod racing.
Nice.
I want to show a picture of one of our Cobras, fellow Cobras here, took a picture of himself. Very scary picture for me, right? But he took a picture in his Cobra TV shirt in a very scary place that I would not find myself in. So there he is on the screen. Awesome picture. I wouldn't be there. I don't know what's on the other side of that ledge, but that's definitely not a situation I would want to find myself in.
Oh, wow. Is that like a swimming pool on top of a roof?
I don't know what that is, man. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
One false move.
Oh, wow.
Got another donation.
Oh, yes. By the way, I don't know why that picture reminds me, but I'm glad that this thing is in June because I just bought some fake flowers to put on my last year costume.
Nice.
Are you still building it?
Oh, yes, I'm still building it. I'm that wire that's in that cat tube thing is a lot harder than I expected to like bend and warp to a point. But there's plenty enough wire to stick on top of my head and look all serious and start smacking people with it. Like that's what my plan is to go up to my neighbors and have one of them film me while I smack the other one without them realizing what's up. And I'll probably get cussed out for it. And if I do, I'll send the video to you first, Cobra, so you can beep out the cussing and then put it online.
I can see Tim getting hauled away by the cops wearing that. It's like, I didn't do it. Like your
See me
neighbors call
running
the
down
cops
the
on you
road
just being hauled to the station wearing your Lasher plant suit.
You see me get tased and I'm on the ground flopping and it looks like I'm lashing.
Super Sick Media says Sony didn't fund development; they only helped with distribution. Okay, my bad.
That's right. That's
I
right.
thought they helped fund it or something.
No, actually, Hello Games didn't take any money. I think Sony offered. Sony offered, but I don't think they took the money. And I think the reason why is because I really think, and I said this in a video years ago, that I felt that Hello Games actually turned down 100% exclusive for Sony.
Wow.
I really do.
I'm really glad they did, though, because I don't have a PS4 and I wouldn't be able to play on PC if it was just only on Sony consoles. So I'm glad they decided not to do that.
Right. Okay. So
and yeah, Stuart Ellis donated another $2 up there.
Oh, thank you, Stuart. Oh my God, thank you so much. You're a Cobra buddy. I need to get my Streamlabs plugin on this new OBS, so that way I can hear it.
Oh, the donation sound.
Yeah.
I think you can make your own as well. You can make your own.
No, I did. Yeah, they're all No Man's Sky sounds.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, and I'm not sure if we mentioned it in the past. Everybody knows the price of the Xbox One version, right? It's going to be $49.99.
Yeah, $49.99. And right now, what is No Man's Sky on Steam?
It's $60.
It's okay, it's 60. And PSN?
I'm not sure about PSN. I know they're selling it currently, I think, at Walmart for $40, brand new.
We have it
on sale right now. Yeah.
I'll check it now.
Yeah, we actually have it on a clearance with a yellow tag.
How much is it clearance, Tim?
I'm having trouble remembering. I sent a picture to Cobra a few days ago, and then we haven't had to change the price yet. I can't remember if it's around 19 or 29. It's somewhere in the middle there, between 19 and 29. I know that's a big gap, but that's just because I can't remember right off the bat. I've been checking our system daily, like every time I go, just to make sure. That's why I feel pretty confident about the July date, because most of the dates in our system are generic dates, and it won't have the street date next to it. This specifically says that the game is street dated for that day. And that's what makes me feel real comfortable that the Xbox version will come out.
Help you saying it's $60 on PS4.
Okay.
60.
Oh, what's funny, really? I got mine for like $17.
Oh, wow.
And I know you can
And
get
that
it
was
used
back
pretty
in-
cheap places, like 15, 12. But Tim, can people pre-order the Xbox One version right now, or they're not able to pre-order yet?
Pre-order it right now. You've been able to pre-order it since a week or so ago. Whenever I mentioned it, yeah, it's you can go out there right now. You have to force them to look it up in the computer though, because if you have a GameStop with employees that don't know what they're doing, bad employees, then they may just talk bad about it and refuse to look it up, not knowing better. But if they type in No Man's Sky, it will pop up for pre-order right now.
Is there any way to know like how many people have pre-ordered a certain game, or it doesn't tell you that?
Only per store.
Okay.
I think there's a way to look it up. Not like fully. I mean, there may be a way. My level doesn't show it, but like nationwide or worldwide or nothing like that. But I mean, per store, I know we can check that way.
Is that what Sean Murray meant about the leak? Potentially, the release date of it being leaked.
I'm still on the fence if that was just a marketing ploy, or if that was legitimate. If it was legitimately getting ready to leak, or if that was just a way for him to just announce it out of the blue.
Yeah, I think he was announcing more about it coming to Xbox One.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't think the leak that he was talking about was the date. I thought the leak was just the fact that it was coming to Xbox One, because it didn't appear in our system for another week or two.
With that being said, though, like it was going to leak that it was coming to Xbox One, but didn't they announce that the next it was going to be called Next, like the update, the same day?
Yeah, it was all in the same advertisement. It was all in the same tweet, the same message, same.
So
everything.
could that mean that the new like rebrand could be No Man's Sky Next? I know we've talked about that before, and like the box art didn't have Next on the box art, but like if you're just saying it's coming to Xbox One, it's like cool. But if it like has Next in the title, people would be like, what does this mean? Maybe that's why they like announced it both the same day. Or they're just like, we're getting good publicity from this, just do it all at once. You know what I mean?
I thought that too myself, but in our system, it doesn't say that yet. I mean, they can always change that easily, but in our system, it just says No Man's Sky pre-order. $49.
And I know in the Microsoft website, it just says No Man's Sky, like the box art, and that's from the official Microsoft website. So
we've got spell check in the chat, taking our hub, the conversions cluster, the TCC, and he's coming up with the carpets and curtains. No, I'm going to tell you this. It's my own opinion that I think that it was not about to leak. It was just a cool way to announce it.
Yeah. I have a question for you too, Cobra. This is a little off topic, but nonetheless, it's something that I've had on my mind since the beginning of this broadcast.
What's up, buddy?
Is it possible for you to maybe send that thing of me from this morning, like via email or something, just so I could like keep it and listen to it? You
mean the original? I mean, or the original or the one I edited?
Your neat little edited version, because I was actually bragging about this tonight to people, saying I didn't tell them what was going on at work, but I was just like, you need to go and like listen to Cobra TV, because I've talked a few like people and employees into watching it, and even ran into a person that watches Cobra TV and knew who I was,
awesome.
But didn't realize it was me.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll send it to you, dude. I'll send it to you.
You should use that as your ringtone, Tim. Someone's gonna call you and it's gonna be like, what is going on?
It's actually uploaded to my YouTube channel. You guys don't understand how many unlisted and private videos that I have where I upload projects and I use them. I put them on YouTube so that way I can delete it off my computer and save it on YouTube instead. I use their memory and I free up mine.
Smart thinking.
If I hadn't have sounded so loud for some reason when I called in, I was actually going to make myself glitch. I was going to be like, "What's up, guys?" But then it was like, "It's too loud," and I'm like, "No."
Oh, guys, I want to talk about Jason from the other morning. All right. Now hold
Larry
on.
the Cable Jason.
Well, he was okay. Jason was not drunk or on drugs that day. All right. No, he wasn't. So here's the situation with Jason. Okay. And I talked to him after the show and he's severely embarrassed. He was listening to the stream and not listening to us over Skype. That is why he kept cutting in front of people, because he thought he was getting interrupted. When he thought it was quiet, he would start talking, but we were really in a conversation or somebody was talking. So he
was
didn't,
like delayed by 30 seconds or what.
Oh yeah, he was. He was severely delayed, and so that's why he was also, we were calling him Cliffhanger Jason, but he would start saying something, and then he would stop talking because he thought somebody was cutting him off. So, and all, in actuality, when you think about it, how great of a guy was he when he thought he was being interrupted the entire show, disrespected the entire show, and he didn't get mad.
Jason, yeah.
Remember when that happened to me, and I thought I cut off that one time, and it's during one of the subcasts, and no one was responding to me, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then towards the end, when you're like, all right, Seekite, any last words? And I'm like, yeah, you're not listening. And then you're like, oh, I guess he's gone.
Yeah. One time I talked for like 5 minutes and I had my mic muted.
I truly enjoyed it. I mean, if he wants to feel embarrassed, go back and listen to some of the subcasts that I was doing here in the past. Some of my drunk casts on Cobra. Fear not, Jason.
He's pretty embarrassed. But he apologized to me, and I told him not to apologize. He goes, I didn't know. He goes, I thought I was getting interrupted. I was just trying to be polite. And I just wanted to kind of speak for him since he's not on the show today and kind of, set the record straight with what happened with Jason.
Trust me, my friend Jason, I've had to apologize to Cobra many a times and probably will many a times in the future. Yeah, I liked him. He was cool. I still think he should make the channel.
Just a off-topic idea, or a thought, I guess.
Hey, hold on a second. Hey, Seekite, when you're doing all that in the background, can you mute the phone?
Oh, my bad. I didn't think you could hear that. My bad.
That's okay. Go ahead, Snow.
Okay. I was just wondering, if let's say the space battles, right? Those giant freighter space battles. If someone jumps into a space battle and someone else decides, hey, I'm going to join this guy in this space battle, well, even though they can't really see it, how do I word this? If someone goes into a system and then there's a space battle in them, and supposedly this person was friends with another person, and they're like in the chat and all that, and they decide to go in like at the same time, would they both see a space battle? Or would there only be one space battle showing and such?
You mean would it be in sync, like synchronized?
Not really synchronized, just if there's a space battle in a system where one person could see it and before it was over, could another person see the same space battle? Or not the same space battle, but another space battle.
Right now, I would guess no, but I would think once the update was out, that is a good possibility.
Right now, no. Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
You're not even in the same instance. It's not the same day and time. You won't even see the same. If I have an animal standing in front of me, you won't even see that animal.
You won't see it.
Right.
No. I've experienced
different
that before.
dimensions.
And speaking of space battles, I just come up with another No Man's Sky Con idea.
What is it, buddy?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the thing is that I don't know what exactly to call it, but I guess I could call it space skirmish. There you go, space skirmish. Basically, what you gotta do is attack freighters and see how many of these Sentinel ships you can take out before time runs out. Now that would require a timer encounter or a stream of some sort, but it's a thought.
Yeah, definitely. We'd have to go up there and aggro, right?
Yeah, you have to aggro a freighter and basically make yourself wanted doing some crimes.
See, the thing is, sometimes those sentinels just give up. You ever notice that?
Yes.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
they're lazy.
Sometimes they just give up and they're like, oh, man, what the heck? I'm recording a video where I'm supposed to be fighting an onslaught of sentinels, and they all gave up. What the heck?
It's like we're no match for Cobra. We're getting out of here.
I was supposed to die in this episode.
It's like if you kill the walker, you're perfectly safe.
Yeah.
Planet side, anyway.
Come back here, you Sentinel starships! I was trying to kill you. Come back.
I've also had it to where I would be killing the starships, and then I would get the Sentinel freighter, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then all of my stars would just disappear, and it would say Sentinels have been deactivated or whatnot, and the freighter's right there in front of me. I'm like, come on. Why?
If you guys want to come on the show, go ahead and look at the description down below. Add me on Skype. That's LpoLi1622. That's LpoLi1622. Add me on Skype. Send me the number 1. I'll pull you on the show kicking and screaming, and you can tell me about all of your No Man's Sky fantasies and conspiracy theories for the update. And can't wait to hear them. I'm leaning towards multiplayer is going to be big time. Multiplayer, and I'm going to go with the buildings. I'm going to go with the Sam Swain conspiracy theory. What about you guys?
I think there's going to be something along those lines. Because right now it's just like one structure. Like you'll find like one structure, maybe a couple of them, but nothing relevant to a city. I think they added that, it would really blow people's minds. You got a couple donations, Cobra.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean. Have a beer on me. Background noise terminated. And Dragon Skywalker, thank you so much, buddy. What does knock mean?
North Korean.
Oh, North Korean. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dragon Skywalker.
Wait,
I love that.
We have a North Korean in here?
Maybe. Just my guess. It's the first thing that popped into my head of NOK.
And another donation from Stuart Ellis.
Oh my God,
like
Stuart.
Stuart's 4th donation tonight.
Stuart, you got to stop, bro.
You're flooding us.
Stuart is a beast,
dude. It's like going into a dollar store. It's all $1, and by the time you get up to the cash register, you look at the cashier and be like, "What do you mean $120?" Oh, look, you dummy, you got 120 items.
Hey, you make a good point. You know how like people with a lot of money go into a place and say, "I'm going to make it rain up in here." Well, when I go into a Dollar Tree, I make it drizzle all day long.
I actually walked into a dollar store and I asked the cashier, I'm like, "So are you telling me everything in here is only $1?" And they just like looked at me. I'm like, "No, I'm serious. I'm serious." It's like my first time ever going in. I'm like, "I'm serious here. Everything's $1." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, just checking."
Wait,
and then I didn't even buy anything.
Was there a question? Hold on. There's a question. I need to pull up my YouTube live so that way I can see and scroll. What is it?
Do you know who sent it?
Skywalker.
Skywalker says, "Do you know if you can build on some planet as a friend or at least system?"
Currently, no, you can't.
Okay.
Also,
only one
now
it's not North Korean, it's Norwegian.
So I think, okay, do you know if you could build on the same planet as a friend or at least system? Isn't there a way that you could do that, but you have to turn base sharing off?
I know a couple tricks.
I have a neat idea that might work.
I think if you have base sharing turned off, then you can do that. But the thing is, you won't be able to see each other's bases.
So it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
But with the next update, maybe.
What if two people go through the same portal together to an uninhabited planet? Friends, of course. One of them finds a home base, goes to that home base, claims it, brings their ship there, and then flies to another planet and claims that home base on another planet in the same system, and then the friend that's still on the planet, can they go and claim that same base that the other person just gave up? And then they would be two friends in one system.
Only if you have base sharing turned off. Ziggy, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Psycho Gaming. Good night, buddy. Stay safe, man.
Good night, Psycho.
It is really hard to keep up. It's really hard.
The hype is building, my friend.
Yeah.
The hype train is at full speed, going downhill
they want to see
at the speed of light.
No, Skywalker, I believe you can build in the same star system on different planets, but you both have to have base sharing turned off, which means you can't see each other's builds. It just starts to glitch out. I think one person's base gets unclaimed or something like that. But fear not. I believe that is going to be fixed in this next update. I really do. There's no way they're not going to fix that.
Weird, though.
Yeah, everything's got to be synchronized if they want the multiplayer to work correctly.
Right, exactly. So keep your head in the game with the with wanting that. I agree. I want that too. I think the hubs will benefit from that, and I've got high hopes.
Because if they don't synchronize things, that's just like a disaster waiting to happen. It's like No Man's Sky has multiplayer. It's great, except nobody can see what everybody else is seeing. It's just like they've been down that road where the hype train derailed, and I'm sure they have that in mind. So everything's gonna be in sync.
Right.
Or they're gonna have some crazy way to explain why it's not, like some crazy story that's just gonna blow your mind. But I think it's gonna all be synced up.
I think a neat idea is if they created like a galactic hub planet, that the entire planet is nothing but home bases within that exact round circular home base parameter, and every player that goes to that hub can build a base, claim a base, and there you go. I mean, you have a city planet. And I mean, a full-size planet, if they made it how it is, I mean, every player would be able to claim a base. If they didn't, then good Lord, Earth is too small for us.
I want to read something to you guys. It was a blog post written by Hello Games back in 2016. And it's it could be very telling. Let me see if I can find exactly.
Before you do that, I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, I gotta get back to work. But I'm glad I was on. More importantly, I did want to donate to you and support you and all that.
Touches my heart, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, dude.
One of the things that I've been trying to talk to you about lately has been the fate of the Explore NMS site, and I want to know how much funding that takes to keep up, because I understand it's not being used that much, but I don't want to throw it away just in case this next update maybe breathes new life and need for that site. So I want to keep that site up personally, and I'm willing to fund it.
No, that somebody donated to keep it up.
Yes, how much? But I want to know how much does it cost to keep up, because I'll make sure that it doesn't ever fall apart.
I had to pay $80, but that's for a year, and that is for the permission to attach my domain to ProBoards altogether.
All right, I'll make sure that the next time that a situation where you feel like the site's about to come to me, and I will fund that for you.
I thank you, buddy. I thank you. I'll try to make sure I'm better prepared next year, but if not, I will give you a call.
Okay.
I appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
That's truly awesome, man.
Yeah, it is. Guys, I want to read something from a blog post from Hello Games from Sean Murray a while back in 2016. And this is telling about next, okay? It says, and these are all the things that we're talking about right now, mind you. This is all of our speculation that he wrote in a sentence in 2016. If you hoped for things like PvP, multiplayer, or city building, piloting freighters, or building civilizations, this isn't what No Man's Sky is. Over time, it might become some of those through updates. So there you go. City building, multiplayer, piloting freighters, building civilizations like hubs. Over time, it might become some of those things through updates.
Might being the key word. There is a might in there. So it's not confirmed, but it could happen.
No, it's not confirmed.
Another keyword, some.
Yes, not all. I still think we're thinking too small, though. We're speculating. We're like, this is too crazy. But I feel like once the update hits, it's gonna blow our minds. We're gonna be like, why didn't we think of that? We all the clues pointed here. We didn't think of it.
Well, Mike.
With Atlas Rises, I had no idea any of that was going to be in the update. I'm like, wow, I would never have thought of that.
That word
I feel like
might,
it's going to be the same way with this.
That word might could also mean the fact that they didn't know they were going to finally employ someone who builds cities, procedurally. Which has me curious. If it's a procedural generated city and the person, if this is even in the game, and they hire a guy that creates these awesome procedural generated cities, does that mean we get to build it, or somebody just one day is going to come across Coruscant and be like, holy crap, you see this? And all the pages, the Facebooks, Twitter, yada, yada, will blow up.
Or what if, okay, guys, what about this? Okay, put your tinfoil hats on. What if all the cities are already in the game? We just have to use our terrain tool and dig them out because we're all buried.
Oh, dear
we have
God.
to excavate these cities. I'm just tinfoiling here, guys. I'm just saying. I would love for them to put cities in the game, and then we're just digging one day, and we come across like the top of a building. We keep digging. Next thing you know, it's like a giant skyscraper. Keep digging. It just keeps going and going. Next thing you know, there's like 16 people on a planet, like just excavating this. You know what I mean?
Well, we already know that. We already know that the game takes place after this like great war that we don't know anything about, and besides out of the lore. And what if like those planets have those giant square pillars that you can hollow out and get in the middle of, and they're just hollow for no real reason? What if those are pieces of the buildings? And once this update comes down, instead of coming up on a planet with a bunch of giant square rock pillars, you come across the planet with a giant ruined city.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you look through like your scanner, you see the city that used to be there. And then you just see the
Guardians
rubble now.
Of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Like this is how it used to look, but this is how it looks currently.
I don't have the picture for the jump experiment on this computer, guys. But it is, well, maybe I could just watch the video real quick.
You guys talk about tinfoil hats. Anybody that saw me via pictures on Facebook or any of my streams, they notice I'm always wearing a beanie. But what they don't realize is that beanie is lined with aluminum and lead. Aluminum, lead with a slight copper layer. So I'm always wearing a tinfoil hat.
Must be super uncomfortable.
Oh, no, it's cool. Let me just put it this way. I have the strongest neck muscles imaginable.
That's what she... Yeah.
But we're not going to get into that.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I think whenever somebody donates, Cobra should have that make a little GIF of him with his tinfoil hat pop up. Like when somebody donates.
I think it should just say unit received.
I like it.
I do. That's the sound effects. I just got to get it set up with Streamlab again. But yeah, that's what I had on there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the screen here for the portal for the jump point experiment. Let's see, window, and
Husband Vader says, not too long ago, Hello Games Twitter started following abandoned places, so maybe abandoned cities.
See.
I'm saying, like, when you think about it, like, we go excavate, like, stuff from Rome or whatever, or Egypt, we have to dig it out. So maybe there are cities down there underneath the ground. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you.
I don't want to
use there is.
I don't want to use the manipulator, though, the terrain manipulator, because last time I did it, I didn't know what I was doing, and I created a giant male part that I'm... and I didn't know what was going on, and nonetheless,
Only you. Tim,
it was a very
only
happy
you.
planet. It was a very happy planet. Yeah, it was. I was drunk. I admit it. I was drunk, but it was a very happy planet. I give it that.
So, Cobra, what is this photo we're looking at? I see you reading a paper.
Reagan Skywalker says someone told Cobra to read what he said, wants him to know his videos are working.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the live stream might be frozen or something. And I'm not hearing any sound over my television. I have it turned down low, but I hear nothing.
Yeah, your screen's frozen.
No, that's because it's a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I put that up so people can have the portal address to the Jumbo experiment.
Mine's not showing that. Mine's showing a YouTube chat and the Atlas in the background. Gotta refresh it.
Something.
It was there. There's like a delay.
It's working, yeah.
Oh, we dropped 89 frames. I don't know how.
Dropping frames.
Dropping frames like it's hot. Only on Cobra TV, man. I make dropping frames popular.
That reminds me of the old Volkswagen.
You should have that on a t-shirt, Cobra. Dropping frames. Cobra TV.
Like it's hot. Anybody remember that commercial?
Cobra, is it worth going to the TCC in normal mode on PC? I tell you what, Adam, there's nobody on PC that is, I don't think, is migrated over to the TCC. So I could use an ambassador over there, someone who's the pioneer for the PC community, Adam. So if you would like to do that and get it started over there on PC, that would be much appreciated. You'd be the first one. And you would definitely be in charge over there. Yeah, you're the first guy there. You're the first one.
You get the honor.
So, let's see.
And, Cobra.
Yeah.
When you have a moment. I just want to let you know that when I was, I happened to have a, quote, neighbor in No Man's Sky. And the thing is that I can see my base and his in the same system.
Really?
Yeah. Because there's my base, the one I showed you. And then there's his base, which is, truth be told, way simpler. And yeah, I can still see it. I can still see his and my base. It's weird, but they're not on the same planet, but they're on the same system.
Thank you, Skywalker. That's awesome, Skywalker. Very awesome. And that's really strange, Snow. We're not supposed to be able to do that. Like, it doesn't work.
How similar are the two bases? Maybe the game is glitching in some way where it's showing you your base where his base is.
That'd be awesome.
Give me a second.
Like there's somebody else here. Check. It's just a mirror effect.
It's a different dimension it's a dimension where you chose that planet instead of the planet you're on. Huh? And somehow those two dimensional waves are kind of crossing each other. It's like when you're walking down your hallway and you feel like you just walked through a ghost, and in reality it was you from a different dimension of infinite dimensions walking through yourself like, oh, I didn't go to the bathroom right now. I went to the bathroom 5 minutes ago, and I'm just walking through myself. We crossed paths. See, I told you, my hat is lined with lead and copper and, yeah.
Aluminum.
That's it.
I think Cobra should make a speculation video about underground cities.
Underground cities?
Yeah, just buried cities. You could, okay, Cobra, if I was you, I would just troll the internet so bad. If I had the power, where whatever I said was like, yeah, this is God's word, this is happening, I'm going to be like, there's procedural cities underground. That's all I'm going to say. The internet just blows up. They're like, Cobra said it. Cobra, it's true. I'd just be trolling so many people.
But you know what? That's not a bad idea.
I would, if I was Sean Murray, I would pay Cobra to just lead everybody on a wild goose chase. Be like, this is what's happening. This could be a clue. This could be a clue. And I'd just be like having so much fun.
No, what I mean by that's not a bad idea is like, so I think the reason why at the moment we don't have procedural cities is because, and super large dinosaurs is because when you're flying through, I think the pop in and the scale of the planet just doesn't look right. So yeah. I think they scaled everything down. But if you had cities underground, you wouldn't have to worry about any pop-in. You would just have like these little buildings, tiny buildings that you would access like through an elevator and go down into these massive, massive cities underground. I think that would be awesome and a great solution to the pop-in.
Think how cool that would be. You're just digging and then you like find a window. You go in the window and it's like it leads to this giant corridor and that's connected to all these complexes and it's all under the ground. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember the olden days whenever
the last city of Zion?
Do you remember the olden days of No Man's Sky when you would go into like one of the trailer things, go to look out the window, and in one trailer you would be so short you couldn't look out the window, and then in another trailer you'd be so tall that you had to look down to look out the window, like where it was like they shrinked your character instead of the world around you to make everything look bigger.
Oh wow.
Does nobody remember that?
I don't.
I just discovered something in my system.
What is it?
So the base that I found isn't on a system. Let me rephrase that. This planet that this guy's base is on is not listed in the discoveries. There's 6 planets in this discovery section, yet it's not listed in here. The planet name in the game is not listed in the discovery section. That is weird.
Cue X-Files theme song.
And what's even weirder is that all these planets, except for mine, were discovered by a user on PSN called Nefalco. Yet on the discovery section, there's only one by a different person, which my guess is the player's base. Nope. Scratch that. There are 2. 2 by one person, 3 by another, 1 by me.
Sean Murray is like pawning you right now.
I swear.
So I have a question for everybody. Is it possible to make a race course underground?
Kinda. Yeah.
So you could like have different tunnels and different like, you know what I mean? Just have all these different tunnels.
If there's an opening to a cave, yeah, you can keep going with the race inside it. Yeah.
But can you like make that with your terrain tool, or it has to be like already there?
It probably has to already be there because if you deform the land in any way, shape, or form, another player won't be able to see it.
But if with the update they allow that to happen, like
if the update allows it,
it could be possible.
Right.
Prior to Atlas Rises, on a planet that I had named Jurassic Green, it was a home base with a lake in front of it. I actually created a tunnel. I didn't have the terrain tool. I used the grenades, and I created a tunnel through the lake itself, under the water, through and then up, and I made a room that had almost like a little pond that you could stand in. And then I created another tunnel that walked you out onto the top of a cliff. So it was like you could walk out to the top of the cliff, jump down, swim through into this nice little underground portal, underground pool rather. And it was nice, and it lasted for a pretty good long while. And then just one day I went back to the game and it was all gone. And I was so upset. And that was before, of course, Atlas Rises, when they turned my beautiful green planet into a toxic wasteland of bad things. I still cry on that sometimes. I wonder if my comm ball is still out there somewhere on that planet, even though that I deleted that file. That's a good question, though. If you create a comm ball and then delete that file and create a new file, does the comm ball stay in the universe, in the system?
I've discovered,
or does it get deleted along with the file?
If you create a monument in the game where you meet another player, it stays in the game between game modes. It's weird.
Yeah. If you delete that file, though, and create a new save file, does that monument still stay there?
Well, anything that's multiplayer oriented, like being able to see each other or monuments, that works across all modes. The only thing that's different with modes is if you're in normal and somebody's in creative, you won't be able to see each other's bases. But you can see each other, and you still can do monuments.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
I think they should allow us to be able to build our base wherever we want.
Yeah,
Like, we don't have to
will.
put it in a certain spot. We can just wherever. If we want to put it in a cave, put it in a cave. If we want to dig a hole and stick it down the hole and bury it, we can bury it.
Have you noticed everything, regardless of what you create outside of the beacons and like save points and stuff, that you have that giant circle around where you build it to where like you can't build within it, like the bases and stuff that already appear on the planets and home bases. They're all within that little perfect circle. And I'm curious if any of that will change to where, like, you may eventually just find a base that's on the edge of a cliff or something. You know what I mean? The big circle. Yeah. You can just kind of see it on the map. And I'm curious about that, if any of that will change. Because I mean, I can understand the play area and all that, but I would like a little more with the terrain. You know, give it a couple little bumps or hills or a rock just to make it look more natural instead of, hey, look, there's a big ass circle. Sorry about that.
Well, look, I think that here's what I think about the building and No Man's Sky. I think that a lot of it was thought through really well, but I think a larger portion of that was rushed. And I don't think that they thought of like the simple things, you know, like, okay, I think they were concerned about, okay, we have to give them a level place that's always level to build on. So we'll just create these little habitable bases that they could build upon. But other games like Planet Nomads God, it's escaping me right now. The way Planet, Space Engineers. Yes, good. And well, those, when you lay down a foundation, it manipulates the terrain for you. So like, it doesn't need to be flat. Like if you lay down a flooring, it will, half of it might be a little bit under the ground in order to keep it level. And it it just makes it level for you. So I don't think they were on that train of thought when they were thinking through with the base building. So I really do think that in this update, it's going to improve on that. And trust me, they've had enough time to figure that out. And I think, yeah. So I think there's going to be improvement on that. And I just think they spent too much time trying to make the building mechanic really cool and didn't think too much about how we can build, where we can build, and things like that. Aaron is joining us on the show. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. What's up, guys?
Oh, nothing, man. Just having some fun.
Because my
just tinfoiling.
What's snow? Snow?
Can you guys hear me? My tablet just froze.
Yeah,
we can hear you. You're back.
Okay, good, because my camera's... Okay, there we go. So, go ahead. Never mind.
It's Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. Just
Tinfoil Hat Tuesday.
Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. Every day is Tuesday.
You know, I was thinking about the tinfoil hat thing, you know, and it's kind of strange because it's usually to keep the government from getting into your head. Yeah. So it's like, or the aliens from getting into your head too. So us wearing tinfoil hats, I mean, is that kind of saying we're letting logic stay away from our head? Like,
no, we're keeping the logic in,
I'm going to put on this tinfoil hat, and you're not going to tell me there's not going to be any multiplayer because I'm going to keep multiplayer on my mind. So I'm going to put this tinfoil hat. You can't get in there, and you can't take it out. Is that?
Hey, just because I got abducted by Nada and Polo doesn't mean anything.
See, that's okay, Tim. When you recorded the voiceover, that's what I wanted. You were doing some amazing acting, but I wanted you to be you, because you remind me of the dad from Independence Day.
Oh, that was what you meant. I thought you meant the president.
No!
The president, when you said act like the guy from Independence Day, I was like, the president during his speech? That was what I thought. That was why I tried to act all, you know. It's okay. We'll do another one and we'll surprise the world with it.
I like
let's
it.
do another.
You should have like multiple versions, so we'll never know which one's gonna play.
We'll do another one for the next show.
I'm cool
Like
with that.
it sounded like something out of Far Cry, like some crazy speech out of Far Cry.
I'm not holding a black book with an atlas on it right now, but give me time. I can find it.
So guys,
I missed the purple umbrella.
We got a new caller on the show. We got Bobby. Bobby, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, lads. How's it going?
Going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. We're sitting here. Oh, man, we're just all over the place, man. There's no theme for tonight. So if you want to, hopefully you're bringing structure to the show, or if you want to bring more chaos, that's fine, too.
I don't know. After my last call yesterday, I don't know how much structure I brought to the show. More chaos than anything else, I'd say.
Oh, man, that's what the show's all
Talking
about.
Chaos. I swear, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd be the drunken taco tonight. Maybe it's a good thing I'm not.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, just a thought here as I'm listening. We've got we're early in this ARG, and we really don't know when this is coming out. So we're speculating hardcore here. We got the VR, we got procedural cities, we got all kinds of stuff on our plate. Obviously, we've got weeks to go, and there could be who knows what comes up next. So we looked into Sam Swain, and he's from Lion's Head, and he was hired last summer. Is there anybody else that's new to the team that we could possibly look into in terms of what they could bring to the table?
There's 2 to 3 more people from Lionhead.
Okay.
So they're on there too. I can't remember. One was
that's classified.
That's confidential information. Sorry.
Right. That might be too much for us to handle right now, and I understand that. But
yeah. I looked into them. I remember that their information that was provided was not as interesting as Sam Swain.
Okay.
They're interesting to say the least. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's still interesting, but Sam Swain offered more morsels.
Right. He's obviously got a track that we can follow.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, I just made a discovery on my base dilemma. I noticed that that on the bases that I visited in my system, planets have different names than the ones that are listed in the discoveries. So, in other words, let's see here. And hang on, give me a second. Hard to read. Okay. Amethystos Prime is not listed in my system's discoveries, which is the planet's name that this guy's base is on. So, how can this be possible? Because in the discoveries, the planet's name is Yonobit Isial Versko. I don't know how I just made that accent up, but I just did. And so yeah, that's the planet that was named by this one person that is not the owner of the base. So Amethystos Prime and the other name, I'm not going to say it again, they're named by different people. How can this be possible?
Sean Murray's messing with you, man. I told you. He knows you're on like Cobra TV.
I don't know, man, but you're giving my brain a Charlie horse.
I just hope that you guys can actually see my base. Because if 3 people are on different planets on the same system with bases, and they all seem to have base sharing on, because I can see their base, and my guess is that they can see mine, but...
Can I ask you a question? How come you never know what your portal address is?
Me?
Yeah.
Because I don't put my bases near the portal. I just find a base and claim it.
So but why not find one on the planet? Even if it's like 20, 30 minutes away, I'd still come see you.
Right.
Wait, yours
He's
is
Kylo Bob in disguise.
Right. All you have to do is find a portal on your planet, and then give Cobra those coordinates.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, can I add something to that?
Sure.
So, a lot of people give out their portal addresses, and we all know what happened there a while back. And that's one of the reasons why I was a little apprehensive about putting my portal address out there, because, prior to, the War of Hova, whatever it was called, I had this idea in my head that this would happen eventually, because the role-playing aspect of No Man's Sky, it's just fruit for all of that stuff to happen. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to put my portal address. I had a farm and everything. I packed it up now because I did a little bit of spring cleaning for the next update, but I was a little nervous about putting my portal address out there in case something big like that would happen. Somebody come on, plant their base right there, and then, stop me from sharing it with my pal, or if I wanted to share it with the community.
Wait, Cobra, didn't you? Hang on. In regards to my base and all that, my base is actually in the TCC cluster. Right. And I actually have a way to tell you how you can find it. So, if you're interested, just let me know, or let me know right now.
Tell us now!
Whoa.
Sorry.
It's alright. So, if you go into the galactic map, right? And you select, let's say, the jump point experiment. If you don't touch anything, you don't touch a button when you go in. Alright, let me restart. You first go into either the jump point experiment system or Cobra's the Convergence Cluster Capital. You go into the galactic map once you're in that system and you don't touch anything. Don't touch the button.
Let me go get my PS4 controller. Hold on. Be right back.
Sure.
Wait, all he has to do is go to his discoveries page, and your base will show up on his list, and then all he has to do is set a waypoint marker, and then it's done.
But that's not exactly reliable, because I've seen people's bases, not bases, systems that weren't showing up on the discoveries.
I'm confused. What? Something's going on here. I feel as if we have been infiltrated by an AI.
I feel like there should be a 1-800 No Man's Sky hotline that you can call for tech help, and it just is Cobra trying to give you tips on how things work.
Right.
Even if Cobra has no idea what to do, it's just like Cobra's like, I think maybe if you do this.
I will say that in the TCC, someone named Tides of Chaos is pretty much taking over the whole galaxy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still posting of the Megalic Federation, so if you ever see a Megalic Federation, Taco's been there.
Yeah,
and probably bombed
I think it's so cool that we have all of these different guys out there, just doing their own thing, and some are, enemies, and some are helpful,
All the different factions.
It's a community world building all of itself. Yeah, exactly. The different factions. I think it's so cool that it's basically growing into this kind of thing, and fair play to them for actually starting to do that.
And the coolest part is it was never meant to be part of the game in the first place.
No.
We the community created this whole thing.
I know, man. That's what's so cool.
Or maybe it has been part of the whole game from the first place, and we just don't realize it. You X-File song again.
Yeah.
What if we give PvP, guys? What is that going to do to factions? It's going to get crazy. If we get PvP up in here with all these factions, and if they allow us to build bases wherever, I'm just going to make a base underground. It's all going to be an underground organization. All right? Nobody's going to even know I'm on the planet. But I'm going to be building my forces underground, and I'm going to strike.
I only want one thing from the update. And the only thing I want from the update is those damn guys on my freighter to fill my warp drive. That's all I want.
We need to have a meeting of the Galactic Council of the Republic, and I promise I will not be Palpatine. Okay, I'm lying a little bit, but nonetheless, we need a Galactic
Unlimited
Council.
power.
Cobra for president, the No Man's Sky Galactic Council.
There you go.
Oh Lord, Cobra is going to be Palpatine. You just wait and see. He's going to get in there. He's going to unite the whole community. He's going to take over with his own empire. He'll say the Republic will be reorganized into the first Galactic Cobra TV.
Anyway, Cobra, you ready?
I'm just looking at Cobra like plug in things to his TV while we're like having all these conspiracy theories.
My kids.
I'm seeing him wearing a black hood, standing at the Galactic Council, but
my kids break everything, so I think there's something wrong with this USB cable.
Oh no!
The joys of kids.
Yeah.
$4.99 pre-owned, buddy.
I'd love to see the Discovery log get a complete overhaul, particularly interactive waypoints. Because I had my friend, he found an S-class multi-tool about 10 minutes after he started the game, and he lost where it was because he didn't have the units to buy it, and so we could never go back and find it. Now I know it respawns and it changes and whatnot, but to be able to have a Discovery log that's truly interactive and be able to plot your course back to it.
That's you bring up a good point. I believe, like, say if you go to a base and you find a multi-tool that is of your liking, if you find that base, that multi-tool should always be there if you haven't taken it. And if you do take it, I think it should switch out your multi-tool currently for the one that's there. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Maybe that's how they might give us the multiple multi-tools, by just having those chests.
I mean,
if you find like a crashed ship and you take that ship, you leave yours there, and someone can go and find it.
Yeah, like you'd be able to tell your friends if there was any type of co-op play, just be like, "Hey, man, I know you've got a C-class multi-tool. I just dropped a B off for an S at so-and-so location. Here, get here. Let's go to the space station and meet up." You go to space station, you meet up, and then you're like, "Follow me." Fly behind each other, land on the planet, and be like, "It's right through that door, brother." They go in there, they switch out their tool.
I want to be able to hijack a spaceship.
No, a freighter. Hijack a freighter, like land on a freighter and do like a raid. Like you land. How many people here remember? Before it was well before Atlas Rises. I think it was right after the Foundation, when you could be on a freighter and it would be attacked by pirates, and you would hear the alarm going off with the red lights while you're still inside the freighter. Does anybody have that experience?
I did not.
No.
Oh my gosh! That's cool. Come on. I know, and that's something that I really wish would happen again. I had it one time, and I didn't know what was going on. I heard the alarm going off, and as far as I knew, the freighter was crashing into a planet, you know? I mean, this was right after the first update of being able to purchase a freighter and land in a freighter. So I'm sitting here running out to my ship. I fly outside, and it's pirates. I was content with that, though. Because, I mean, everywhere you were in the freighter, it was a red light flashing, which it still does that, but it only does that when you're outside of the freighter now. And, I mean, maybe there's a scenario still in the game to where you're inside of a freighter and it gets attacked by pirates. But I remember that, and I will never forget it. It was a beautiful situation because I was scared to death.
Wow. I never experienced anything like that. That's cool.
PS4.
Yeah.
After Foundation, I'm not sure if any other updates had taken effect at the time or not.
Oh, Taco, I had a question for you.
Hit me.
Do you know if there's going to be an Explorer edition on the release of the Xbox version of the game, like they did for the PlayStation?
As of right now, or as of tonight anyway, while I was at work, it's still the $49.99, the game, No Man's Sky, Xbox One. I was looking for that myself because I missed that.
Me too.
For PlayStation, whenever it literally, when it did go in the system, it went in and was out within like 2 days.
Yeah, came PlayStation. With one comic book, and the other one came with a model of the spaceship.
Ship, yeah.
Oh, they were two separate.
Yeah, I've got the comic book.
I don't have anything, man. I have a digital version, but I have an Atlas Pass. So
I'll raise you your comic book with an Atlas Pass.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang on. Give me a second. I gotta make out with my Atlas Pass. Give me a second.
Hey, Cobra, you guys discussed Waking Titan at all?
Say that again. What?
Have you guys discussed Waking Titan at all tonight?
No, not really. We talked about a little bit how it's kind of parked right now with the login.
Right, he only has the Atlas. He has level 3 pass only. And do you think that's possibly where our level 4 passes could come in?
Yeah. Actually, I do. And people were trying to put in their CSD numbers there, but that's not working either. But I think they're getting ready to come into play.
Has anybody asked Waking Titan since the recent events, what is Cobra TV?
No.
It's just going to come up with one word, tinfoil.
Well, technically that's 2 words.
What if it brings up the word illusion?
Or
Cue X-Files theme song.
Dream. Okay, so let's say we get like procedural cities or procedural dungeons. What would that mean for the game? We're going to find like Corvettes and stuff down in these dungeons selling things like in shops, or are we going to go down there and there's going to be like monsters trying to kill us, or are these cities going to be populated, or they're just going to be abandoned? What do you guys think?
Well, if
we do have them.
The PowerPoint presentation that you put up there, Cobra, over the last week or so regarding from the GDC talk, I think it was, there was 2 presentations, 2 slides that you had up there, and it kind of reminded me of the Chalice dungeons of Bloodborne and how you go deeper into the dungeons until you finally found your treasure. And that was kind of cool. That's what I thought of when I saw that thing. And somebody else had made a video on it. I don't know if it was L or one of the lads out there, but they went into the possibility of something like that in regards to what those slides had said. And I thought that was kind of cool, if it was a raid or like anything like that.
Oh, we've been talking about that for months, dude. Months. And it'd be so cool to have like Destiny type raids with the Sentinels and things like that. And another enemy that they could possibly make up. Yeah, man.
This is cool. I agree with both of you guys, but I really seriously don't feel that that's the direction they're going with. They're going along with the lore, and if we just out of a sudden get dungeons and we're like, oh my goodness, there's a massive door that has never been there any other time, and we'll go in it and we're in a massive procedural dungeon with an exit at the other end of the story.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's the direction it's going. I feel like there's.
That's just like when they set the universe, your base is going to be on a different planet. So it's going to change anyway. So that could be tied into the lore of the simulation anyway. But, fighting against the Sentinels actually plays with the lore. And
yes. Yeah. The Sentinels. Yeah. That's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
So what if like all these small structures on the surface were like, they're small, we want bigger, right? What if these small structures, you go in there, you like solve the number riddle or whatever, the ground opens up, you go down an elevator and that leads you to this massive underground structure. Like that's just how you get in.
Yeah.
And then you have to like go down there on some type of quest to get some item, like in Zelda. It's like solve a puzzle or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all dark. Like, it's pitch black. You're in there with your flashlight. There's like sentinels patrolling. It's gonna be so cool, man. I'm freaking out.
I'll think of Tim Curry from the movie Congo when he's like, "This is the city of Zinj."
See, the thing is, Tim,
I think of that every time. It's like you just find it.
See, the thing is, Tim, is that they wanted dungeons from day one.
Yeah.
Oh,
they said
well,
in 2013, there was an interview, or 2013 or 2014, there was an interview. I got it in one of my videos that I uploaded. They said that they had these little procedural rooms, and Sean Murray said that him and Dave Ream thought about putting them underground and making these little dungeons.
Oh my gosh. I'm freaking out, Cobra. I'm freaking out.
So
oh my goodness. My mind's going to explode.
I want everything to flow together. Like, because we're expecting so much out of this, and we know it's going to be, we already know it's going to be much bigger than probably what we're even talking about tonight.
And, right. No, it's not going to just be dungeons.
Yeah.
When we sit in here and we speculate on some of these things like, oh, I want dungeons. Oh, I think there's going to be multiplayer. Come on. He said it's going to be the biggest update of all so far. So if we say that there's going to be dungeons because we got a little bit of proof, a little bit of facts to follow, that's not going to be all that there is. And besides, for it to flow together like Cursive, we have a bit on every planet. So after the update, if you go to the next planet that you've never been on and there's a dungeon there, how do you know it wasn't there always?
Here's how I think of it. When they come out with an update, they give bullet points of like 30 to 40 different things that they've added in the update. I think dungeons and whatnot like that is only one of those tiny little bullet points. Same thing with like VR. It's going to be one of those tiny little bullet points amongst 40 other things that they've added to the game, which are just huge. Right. And like with the dungeons, when that slide with Sam's on his website, he's only got 1 level dungeons. But that slide that they did at the GDC, they talk about how there's multiple levels to those dungeons.
There's a meme in the chat.
Uh-oh. Well, what is it?
Let's see. All right. Snow, I'm back in my system, the convergence. Okay, so hang on 1 second.
Sure, take your time.
All right, so let's say there's a dungeon, right? Let's say there's a dungeon, multiple levels. What if that leads to the planet core? And even if like the planet's a dead planet, we can restart the core somehow, like jumpstart it. Things start growing again. Or we can just possibly kill a planet and just make it explode.
Dude, you just make a good point. Well, what if you get to the core and find out there was a city there once upon a time? You start a machine or something up, some type of technology, and a planet that was once dead becomes alive. Like it takes energy from the core and turns it like one of those terraforming failures. You get down into the core of that planet and you're able to literally change that failure into a success.
Like you reset it, yeah.
Yes, cultivate that planet to your own will.
But let's say it's like a dead planet, right? There's a few sentinels. Then you go down in the dungeon, you restart this planet, you come out. Everything's changed. These sentinels are on high alert. There's like giant ATST walkers going about. Like this thing is just on lockdown, and you gotta find your way back to your ship. They got it like towed away in some junkyard with patrols. I'm freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out.
Dude, stop! I need my hat. Where's my hat?
It's like Splinter Cell. You're Sam Fisher. You gotta get your ship back.
Okay, Snow. What's the name of your system?
Orion Alpha. If you are in your system, the convergence closest capital.
Yep.
Are you?
Yes.
All right. So when you go into the map, don't touch a button. Wait for the camera to refocus and all that. You'll be the first star on the left.
Something about Snow. Something about this fellow.
Yeah, Cobra, you should be able to go to your discoveries page, and it should be in the list.
His discovery space is probably really big. It'll take him a while to get to the right one.
I got it.
Hey, Snow.
You got it all written all fancy, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not my wording. It's someone else's. It's to make it look more alien written.
I have a question for you, Mr. Snow.
Alright.
Are you human?
Oh my gosh.
Pikachu. Pokemon.
You see there, he couldn't answer because he didn't understand.
That's no answer, exactly. Are you an AI, Snow?
All right, so what planet are you? What planet are you on?
The Black Snowfield, of course.
What?
Wait, are you
Say that again?
The Black Snowfield.
Black Snowfield. Okay.
Wait, are you actually in game with do you have a network on? Network play on?
Yes.
Because I don't see you.
I'm
in my system right now. Network play on, voice chat on. I don't see you. Hang on. Let me try something.
Do you guys think we'll get nukes? Because the Corvax said they're like building a nuke or something. They can like nuke these planets or some type of atomic bomb. We go in there to the planet core. We just blow up this whole planet.
There he is. I see him.
Make a black hole.
Wasn't there talk of like an invisibility or something like that at one point?
Yeah, cloaking. Yeah, that was definitely talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they would implement something like that.
Like cloaking the the ships.
Sorry for the no landing pad.
Why would
you? Down towards you.
Why would you need cloak?
To get away from them pesky pirates.
Just as a warning, there is a high level of lag in this planet.
Something's happening, folks. I don't know what, but
what?
I don't know. I'm curious about this, but I can't help but feel that something is going on.
What are you talking about?
Everybody just don't know. I swear, something's. Look at that. See all those. Something's going on.
What are you talking about, dude?
I swear.
What?
Dude, you're like literally freaking me out right now.
What's happening right now?
What do you mean? What's happening?
Waking Titan.
What I don't know what is happening. That's the catch. But another part of this catch is I can't help this. Something's going on right now on this stream because
what
this person is dropped in upon us. We love him to death, and I don't know. I don't know what to go on with this. I'm afraid of my speculation because I have my hat on right now. I'm scared to death.
What are you talking about, Tim? What?
Tim,
a little more specific.
Get a hold of yourself, Tim. Get a hold of yourself, Tim. What is going on, man?
Snap out.
I don't know. Something is wrong. Something is. I mean, it's not wrong. It's right. It's as right as right can be. But I'm almost thinking that I don't know. I feel like that we're about to see something that maybe we shouldn't be seeing. Like what if we're seeing a hint of next, and we are a part of the ARG right now as we speak.
Tim, I've had my reservations about Snow as well. All right, like
something's
he's
up.
Mysterious. He's mysterious. He's got that radio ear candy voice microphone. You know that sounds like from the 50s.
No, it's
Dude, my heart
it's actually the Afterglow brand. Here, look.
Yeah. Sure.
No, you're freaking Tim out.
Tim works for Hello Games.
Dude, I gotta add an extra layer to my hat by the time this is over.
Snow, I got bad news for you. Snow,
I don't see it.
I got bad news for you, Snow.
Yeah, there's no base.
You have no base here for me to see. Do you have base sharing turned on or off?
Hang on.
Oh God. Oh God.
It probably wouldn't refresh that quick anyway, even if he did turn it on.
I'm going to reset base sharing. Let's see if this works.
Someone says you guys need to ease up on the nip.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Geck, Tim. You're not allowed to hang around Geck.
Hey, we're good people, man. We're good. Never mind. I'll stop.
If he turns on base,
no, Tim, we're joking. Nip's not real. And Geck's not real either.
Hey, Sean Murray, if you're watching, we love your game. Just saying.
If he resets the base sharing, you might have to leave the system and come back in.
I was sticking around to see if it would do it in real time.
Or reset your give, save, and get into save or whatever.
Yeah. I tried the exact same thing with Cuz Walt, and it didn't work. I couldn't see his base.
Oh, hey Tim, we were just joking. Nip's fake.
No, it is not. I
got it growing on my freighter. What are you talking about?
Tim, are you okay?
No, I'm good. I can't help but wonder beyond everything, just for the fact that sometime, somewhere, somebody's going to infiltrate this call from the whole Waking Titan thing, Atlas 65 or Loop 16, and they are going to hijack this cast, and we're not going to know what the heck is going on, and we're going to see something, and I can't help it. I've got that feeling deep down in my bosom that something's happening. And I thought the doctor cut that out, but apparently not.
You know, I actually hope for that day. I pray the Atlas for that day to happen.
How about it?
Someone just mysteriously pops on and drops a link, and then we just follow it down this rabbit hole and we lose our minds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could be speculating on nothing, but I can't help but think Mr. Little Pikachu Hat is Hello Bob in the skies, and he's trying to blow our minds. Now, when the Umbrella Man pops up, by golly, I know the Umbrella Man. I remember that umbrella. I'm watching this delayed stream on my TV with insane anticipation. I can't tell you because I can't help it. I feel something in me that's pulling us towards something. And I could be wrong, but he's describing all of this craziness. I see a bunch of balls, I see another player, and something's happening. If it's not happening, then smack me with a stick and call me uncle.
Golden Silver in chat says, it is now time for Tim's Twilight Zone.
I'm telling you, cue X-Files theme song. When I get off this call, if nothing happens, I swear I'm calling Fox Mulder and I'm finding out what's going on. Scully don't have a clue. Mulder might. Oh, no! Why'd you do that, Cobra? Why'd you do that? You were landing at the base and it went to No Man's Sky next.
What?
What?
Calm down, Tim, calm down. It'll be okay.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
I have no idea what's going on.
Am I being trolled?
No.
Oh, dude, you were landing. You were landing on the planet and everything.
It's that time of the night again.
Yeah. It's all right, Tim. It's all right.
Oh, no, it's not that time of night. I got to work tomorrow. I'm a normal hyper person, man. You were landing on that planet. I saw it. And then it just flashed out back to the comments and the Cobra sitting in his nice little chair and No Man's Sky next. Oh, Lord. I'm freaking out, people.
Cobra,
got
got a donation, yeah.
Yeah, from, let me blow this up so I can, Lorigan 5 says, so sad I'm always at work. Give me a shout out so I can listen on my bus commute home later. Hi to all the Cobras and Cobrettes and our King Cobra Ron. Shout out to Lorigan?
Lorigan? I think it's Lorigan. I could be wrong.
Lorigan. Yeah, hashtag that Cobra in the chat, guys. Big shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Hashtag Lorigan.
Hey, Cobra.
Okay, that's calming me down a little bit. I'm good now. I'm good.
You good?
I'm probably not, but I'm trying to tell myself I am.
All right.
Cobra.
Yeah.
You probably mentioned it already, but and this is purely speculation out here, purely speculation. But the Wear site that had the clouds, you were going back into the atmosphere on that base.
Cloud rendering tech.
Was that part of was that part of the next engine we just saw?
What is that part of what? The cloud rendering tech that he was talking about?
Yeah, is that the part of the game that we were looking at?
Oh, I don't know, but I tell you what, that did cross my mind because Sean keeps talking about this cloud rendering stuff that he's got, and that did cross my mind when I see that. I just, I didn't want to say it out loud just because I don't know. It just seems, I don't know.
Again, it's speculation, but it makes a lot of sense to me to see to have a sort of a re-entry to look like that. I mean, that was kind of part of Atlas Pass with the weather effects when you were getting the rain on the toxic planet hitting your cockpit, or that sort of hazy, cloudy re-entry that we were seeing. I mean, if that's what it looks like when we're coming in, that would be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, it would.
All right,
Snow.
Cobra, I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
How about we both leave the system, or both actually exit out of the save? Let me try getting out of the save and getting back in.
Yeah, I reloaded my save already.
Fudge. All right. Can you get out of your save and wait until my signal?
Tell you what, I'm going to leave the star system.
That works. I'm going to exit of game and re-enter. Alright, let's see if this works.
Dude, I'm on edge right now.
If this does not work, I'm going to have to contact Nifalco and the other person who put their base on my system and ask them to leave, I guess.
Oh, Sean Murray? That's it, right? Sean Murray, correct? Cough, cough.
So you know how there's that one door in the anomaly with Nana and Polo that we can't get into? What do you think is behind that door?
I like what you guys had mentioned in the past.
Simulation.
Avatar
The exit to the... What? Wait. Did he just say the exit to the simulation?
I think so.
Simulation. There we go.
Oh, dear. Oh, Jesus.
Tim, calm down. I'm just curious, though. What do you guys think is behind that door? You think we'll see it with the next update? You think that'll open up and it'll just be like something crazy?
Well, here's a question
for it.
I think that the 3 dots on the door, which are exactly like the Wear headset, do you think that's just purely coincidence?
No.
I think that was meant to be, like that. It's got
that's meant to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so
too spot on.
Right. How does it play in?
Exit to the
it plays in with the Wear headset.
What if it opens up and we're like sitting in a chair with that headset on, like in the Nana and Polo place, and they've been experimenting on us this whole time?
Playtest Black Mirror.
Dude, I'm pacing in my living room every 10 feet and turning around and turning back, looking at my Atlas Pass. I swear, I feel like there's something we're missing here tonight, and I don't know what, and I'm scared. I'm legitimately
what I
scared.
find kind of interesting is that nobody's ever actually seen Sean Murray or David Ream or any of these guys playing in game.
Oh, we did.
We may have, but
you mean currently
their
names?
Yeah, no, like in game. Wow, there's a whole lot of Pikachu.
Sean Murray could have been like George Johnson, as far as we know. Like, hey, I discovered a planet, George Johnson. That's really Sean Murray. But I'm trying to rely on the whole Waking Titan thing, because I can't help but think something's going on, and I just don't know what. And I'm having a heart attack as we speak.
Yeah, I think it just would be very interesting to come across Inez or Dave or any one of those guys in game.
I'm surprised they don't do that just to do it. You know, like...
Right. I mean, it's their freaking game. You would think that they would try to make contact with, I don't know, even just to tease the community just a little bit.
What if we're already living in No Man's Sky, and we're literally just seeing the creation of the reality that we live in right now, bit by bit, piece by piece? I told you, man. I got 3 layers to my hat. You got aluminum foil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cobra, select that. Select that.
Oh God, here we go.
Wait,
Wrong button.
Wrong button.
Basically-
Wrong button.
Okay, you are
Guys, what?
really.
If I'm wrong, then I've just had like 6 heart attacks for no reason.
That would be crazy though if like Sean Murray just dropped something in Cobra's game, like some little snippet from the new update, and we're like, "What is that? We've never seen that before." We just lose it.
Look
We
for
just
2
lose it.
systems close together. You should be fine, and it should also have a ring around it. Systems you should
What? Hang on. What did you just say?
If you
Okay, come on.
visited a
All right,
system, there's a
Tim.
ring around it.
He said a ring around it. That's the only reason. I didn't realize it was so loud. I pulled the microphone away from my mouth. I'm sorry.
It's okay, buddy.
I'm overhyped right now. I probably shouldn't be, but I'm totally overhyped. I'm not joking about the whole pacing back and forth thing.
But
Like I'm looking at my screen in total awe and just worry.
well, maybe
Gold and Silver says, "I
Tim.
don't know about you guys, but I'm on the edge of my seat."
Tim, he
Yes,
just wants he just wants to show us his base.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, he wants to show us his base on a planet with like 4 other bases.
3.
3 other bases. See, I'm pacing quicker now. I'm going quicker now. There is a line in my floor right now. The part exists.
Dude, for some reason I cannot find it now. What the heck?
Okay, go into the convergence capital. Go into your base capital or capital system.
All right, hang on.
Deep breath, Tim. Deep breath.
Good.
I still want to know what you guys would do for the next update. Like the.
I thought you were gonna ask me what I would do for a Klondike bar.
Yeah, what would you do for a Klondike bar? What would you do for next?
What would you do for a Corvex bar?
Okay.
I think a couple of weeks ago we probably would have been able to speculate, but now there's just way too many possibilities. So
There is, man. There's just like way too many alleys of train of thought that we can go to.
Yeah.
At this point, when we're sitting there considering what could be in the update, I think at this point we're considering every possibility.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, it's kind of pointless to speculate because it could be literally anything.
Don't touch anything. Whatever you do, don't touch a button.
Here's me.
The underground dungeons are what got me. That we might have something like that.
The first system to the left. Nope, too far.
I got
too
it.
far. There you go. Bingo.
Oh God.
All right, we got Chris on the call. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing perfect, buddy.
I had a couple things I wanted to say.
Sure, man. Go ahead, dude.
I'm at work, so I might have to put the phone down every once in a while. But I want to know how many Mountain Dews Tim's had.
I'm only halfway through my 4th, and I've had like 6 cups of coffee and a stack or 2 energy pill.
I think you ran out of coffee.
That's it.
You ran out. I think you ran out of
I know,
coffee, and you
I
ran out of
actually
Mountain
did.
Dew. And I think you went outside and he grabbed the hummingbird feeder and he's drinking that.
I think he's drinking rocket fuel.
Sugar by the teaspoon, man. Teaspoon and water and.
That was good.
All right.
Oh wait, hang on. What's going on there? Okay, nothing serious. I thought your HUD changed, Cobra, but we're good. I'm good.
I got a question
I'm good.
for everybody. How much money would you pay to have the next update right now?
None. I want them to take.
I like waiting. Like if I could have it right now, I would be like, no, I want it when it's ready.
This is the fun pack.
Yeah,
That's all I got in my account.
the longer they take, the more that they're doing work on it, and it's getting better and better. It's good.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
You should be able to see a giant statue in there.
Snow, I think this is a classic case of somebody glitching your base because they're in your system.
Yeah, if they took over your base, then or over your system, then your base is technically deleted off the network.
I'm scared. I'm scared, people. I'm watching this. I'm scared. There's a delay, so you're gonna hear me scream randomly if something happens and I just don't know it.
I know it's only a rumor that the base sharing will be.
What is that? What is that?
Next. Is that correct? That you can have multiple bases on the planet, or your friends can build? Is that just total speculation right now? Right? I know you mentioned something about that a while ago.
That's all speculation.
I got this.
Nothing really happened.
What's up? I thought you could only put one comball per planet.
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I think you can put like as many as you want.
Yeah.
Well, each person can only put one per planet.
One, yeah. That's what I understood. One person, one planet.
So why does this person have like 4 or 5? I'm scared.
That's from other people.
It's not mine.
I'm probably wrong.
Those aren't mine.
You see, this is something that they really got to fix, man. They got to fix the base situation because I'm sure Snow worked really hard on this base. That's something that is definitely need to be fixed.
To be joking.
I agree. I agree with Cobra because I'm probably wrong, but I feel like Snow is an AI. He's wearing a Pikachu hat in disguise.
So, Snow, you can see your base?
I can see my base. I can see everyone else's base. And yet nobody can see mine.
Yeah, if somebody else claimed a base in your system after you, then yours would technically get erased off the network. Yeah. But yours would still save through, like, your system.
Right.
It's happened to a whole bunch of people before.
Guys, this is like a Michael Crichton novel, or the guy that wrote Starship Troopers. By the way, if you're in...
Here's the worst part of it. The person who claimed the base in this system, I can't contact them because of their stupid settings. What the?
Then you're gonna just find a new system and build in a new system.
Yeah.
I'm afraid so.
That's a bummer, dude. I'm really sorry.
Well, it was good while it lasted. I mean, hey, at least I got to share the photo.
Yeah, and I finally, we finally made it on the same planet together, and I left you a comm station. So
Yeah, you did. Where is it?
Somewhere.
It's kind of a cool planet. Can you advance
over
the
here
time
where I'm
through
at.
photo mode?
Have you guys left a monolith together?
Cobra's combo won't show up until he reloads his game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But here's what we can do. On my new base, I'm going to ask if you can visit, and we'll make a monolith. Sound cool?
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you find a portal first, then find a base.
Good idea.
That's something else, man. Why can he not see the portal? Did I call him out? See, I'm a paranoid person. I almost cursed.
You think you might need to go get some sleep for work tomorrow? No, I'm being serious, dude. Maybe you need to lay down, dude.
No, it's like 6:30 in the evening. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet, but I can't help it. I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to do it.
You got another donation, Cobra.
Oh, did I? I'm so sorry. I missed it. I can't see in the screen that I'm in. Hang on. Oops. Oh, gosh.
Letherium? I think that's how you pronounce it.
Man. This game is awesome.
Letherium. Thank you, buddy. So that's what players look like to you. Yeah, it's part of the lore. We're like glitches. And what it is, pretty much, Letherium is its placeholder art as they are starting to make multiplayer more fleshed out. as they stated in Atlas Rises, that this was the first step in synchronized cooperative gameplay. And they talked about 16 players being on one server and being able to hear each other, and we are glitches. And so that's what we look like. And so that was the first step. And now Sean Murray's deeming next is next step. So I really believe it's a heavy multiplayer update. And I think we're going to have our avatars and a lot of other stuff.
I had a really cool theory on, spoiler alert for the people that haven't really gotten to the end of the storyline. So if you don't want to hear about this, turn it on mute. But you learn about different types of galaxies at the end. And it's pretty cool. It's just something about Tranquil and one's hostile. I forget the other two. One's like I don't remember what the other two are, but I was thinking that kind of has something to do with what the galaxies are now. Like I heard if you go to the Tranquil one, it's like there's a lot of lush planets and stuff. I was feeling like they can kind of incorporate that if we get some sort of PvP where, say, Euclid is a peaceful trading place where we can't shoot each other or do anything, but we have to beat the story and go to, say, the hostile galaxy where they'll have like friendly fire turned off. And that would be a good way to incorporate people not just jumping in and shooting each other. You would have to actually earn your way to multiplayer.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And if you want to continue and not, and just explore together and not be able to kill somebody else, then you can go to a Tranquil galaxy, which is one of the ones that you can pick at the end.
Right.
That's awesome.
Because that would be kind of revolutionary, right? Like,
it really would. Yeah.
Instead of picking a multiplayer mode, you have to almost earn your way there.
That would be great. If you had to earn it, that would be nice.
Zachary Hunt says chickens would be nice.
Chickens would be.
Maybe they'll spawn near the KFC base.
Space chickens.
They also have those other portals that the ships can fly through that they've basically had since the beginning of the advertising of the game, and I think they might have put them in for Atlas Pass, the Atlas Rising.
That feels like that's going to be some sort of portal for your ship. That you'll may be able to. Perhaps? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like a galaxy, because like there's no really other way besides going to the center. And that would make sense. Like if you want to come back to Euclid and be peaceful and trade, and then head out to a different galaxy where potentially there's PvP, then you can use that portal.
I had a very strange experience with one of them one day. By chance, when I leave the planet, I always fly up at a 90-degree angle because you can see it in your HUD. So I took off. I don't know what it was. Maybe there was something in the lore that kind of put me on this path. So I took off from the planet at a 90-degree angle, and I went straight for the next planet, and I went straight down, and I hit another one. And then I turned, and I went another 90 degrees, because then I started thinking, this is kind of weird. So I went another 90-degree angle, and I started flying straight to the next planet out of the atmosphere, and I hit another one. I might have hit 3. I might be exaggerating and I say 4, but I hit enough that I thought that was kind of strange in the straight shot direction that I went off at those portals. I tried to emulate it again on another system, and I couldn't do it. Maybe it was just by pure fluke or something like that, but it was bizarre.
And that was those big circular things?
Yeah, the big circular ones, yeah.
I went onto one planet, and they were like I was just walking along the planet. I wasn't even using my exocraft, and it felt like it was every 5 minutes I found one, because I was just reading it, and then I found another one. That was pretty cool.
So some systems or planets have populated them more than others, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had another question too about the simulation room. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that one room that you can go in the Nada and Polo.
Yep.
What does that actually do? Like I kind of understood it when I was playing the game, and when you have to actually use that room. But like, can someone explain to me what it does?
Part of the story. I have to remember exactly what part of the story it was. Basically, you get to choose. I think it's Artemis. Whether he lives or dies within the simulation, and something like that. Basically,
what's that noise?
He gets to fool himself.
We're getting some tornado sounds.
Yeah, right.
Some wind.
Some connection's getting a little weird. But yeah, it's part of. You basically get to decide if Artemis lives within the simulation, unknowing that he's part of the simulation, or if you just kill him off. I believe that's what that room is for.
Yeah, it had something to do with that, but like, what was, like, what, you know what I mean? What I want to know is, like, what is that room? Like, and what does it do? And how, in the future, could they incorporate that room for the next part?
Right. It's part of the ancient technology of the Atlas, but yeah, how does it actually play a part, a role in this story?
Because it was a very small part. It was a cool part of the storyline, but they usually, incorporate something. They show off something, like a little thing, like those big circular devices, right? Like you can read something on it, but they're not activated. Yeah. This part, you use it within the storyline, but what is it going to do for this next part? There's all these things because they always hint at what they're going to give you, right? Like it's in the game, but we can't use it yet.
Just
the truth is stranger than fiction.
I think it'd be interesting to actually, I don't know if Game Detectives or whoever has a list out there, but there needs to be a list of all the open-ended things that are in this game, like the room that has the hologram with the planets, and just there's so many things in this game that are set up for something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Right, and it's always a game that has been picked up and utilized with an update. And we were talking about that on the Subcast a little while back. Like, what is in the game right now that is not being used and is a big mystery? And you're right, those Atlas pass rooms and the space station are a complete and utter mystery.
Right.
They're not
They
used.
are the bases too.
Yeah.
The bases too, the Atlas, like 2 and 3 rooms on the bases. They're unused for the most part, outside of collecting carbon or resources.
And like night crystals. Well, I mean, there's a lot of minerals and things that they're going to be used for something. They have to.
It'd be really cool if they turned those night crystals into pieces of ammo, where when you shoot it, it sticks into the earth and it creates like a light. So if you're exploring a cave or a dungeon or something, right, like you can pop that in there and that's your source of light.
Or you could
a little area.
Shoot it. You could see it from space.
I'm going to nail down the 3 points of main speculation I think are going to be next. And this is not limited to anything else. I just think that these are the 3 things that I think that it's safe to say that we're going to have based on facts. And I think multiplayer is at the top of that list. At the very top of that list. Mm-hmm. I think the buildings, the cities, maybe not cities like we're thinking, maybe not big cities, but like small settlements, to make a planet look, because when you get to these planets, when he said, you're the first one there, and I see people say, no, I'm not. There's a space station. Obviously, somebody was here before me. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about us as travelers, players playing the game. You're the first player there. So when you think about these planets, there's already a big space station there, and there's little buildings on the planets. It just seems like that's one of those things that just isn't being used properly.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the Atlas rooms. Yeah. It's like you got these little trailers out in the wilderness, and it's like, well, it doesn't make any sense for this thing to be here. So Sam Swain, I think, has come on board not to build these gigantic cities, but to give better structures and better placement of those structures peppered through the planets and make more sense. So I think we're going to see an improvement in that. And I think that's going to give us a lot of more of exploration, and it's probably going to aid them in telling more story as well. So The third thing is story. So the other thing that I'm not mentioning is a given improvement on the terrain and, like the graphics, overall graphics of the game. We saw a big improvement with Atlas Rises. And in GDC 2017, he said he wants to keep on improving that. Yeah. Another thing is the cloud rendering that Bobby mentioned earlier that he keeps talking about. He wrote about it in a blog post. He talked about it at GDC. I think we're going to finally see it in this one. Let's see what else is pretty much, I wouldn't say confirmed, but I would say almost confirmed is I'd say another direction that it'd be smart for them to go in would be fauna improvement.
Yeah.
More variation, not only just in, what we see, but in what we hear. I think they know that needs to be improved. Huh?
Giant rhinoceroses, will we see it? Is it a possibility?
I want to see some carnivorous plants. Instead of just the lasher plants, I want some plants that can eat you.
Going back and looking at those original trailers, the animals acted a little different. I mean, you had the big, huge rhinoceros who came in, but then there was a herd of deer that all ran in the same direction. And then you have the Stegosaurus herd that's going through, and they had animals acting a little bit differently in the beginning.
Yeah, and if you go on the PlayStation website, and I'm not sure if they still have that same marketing material on their site advertising the game. Mm. And I would have suspected long ago that they might have just moved away from all of that, after a few months or so. But it is still there. You can still see the original renderings of the E3 tech demo, whatever that was, still being advertised for the game. And, sometimes I question that in of itself. If some new player came along and wanted to check this out and saw that, Yeah.
I remember this time last year. We were speculating on Atlas Rises, and Cobra, you actually had.
Hold on. What's that sound?
Yeah, somebody.
Getting into the shower.
Somebody washing clothes.
Yeah, something's going on.
Tim, that's coming from you, buddy.
Me?
No, that's coming from Seakai.
What's wrong? What's that noise?
Hang on.
Yeah, a lot of noise.
We're being hacked.
Hold on. That might be
better.
Hello?
I didn't think it was me. I had fun.
What noise?
Okay, I think it's gone.
We're getting some feedback, some like wind noise.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think it's like the generator.
I'm still here.
Yeah, generator would definitely be it.
Well,
anyway,
I'm pretty much done with my work, so.
Like I was saying, this time last year we were doing a whole bunch of speculating and pretty much in the same spot coming up on Atlas Rises. But you were talking about procedural cities and whatnot like that. And I specifically remember you had a picture on the screen where we were trying to figure out, just like we are now, we were looking at a screenshot where we thought we saw a city in the distance, and you were actually not measuring, but you were basically taking your cursor and looking at the city wall, and we were saying, oh my gosh, it's going to get bigger, and the cities are going to get, or the walls are bigger, and it must be a bigger building and whatnot like that. I wonder if that, because that's about the time Sam came in, I wonder if they just were like throwing ideas around or something like that.
Have you guys ever looked at the anomaly wall? Like just the walls of the anomaly? I was checking them out when I streamed the other night, and it looks like, well, I thought it looked like kind of a map with these connected like cityscapes. Like these kind of silhouettes of these cities. You know, like if you see a city from a distance, that's what they look like to me. But I got my 10-4 hat on, so who knows? I'm like, is this thing a map?
You're right.
Are these leading to cities?
Right.
Because if you just look at the wall and the anomalies, it looks pretty cool.
Neutral cities. How? Oh no, those are handcrafted. I'm thinking about BGE 2 and how they do there, but they're procedurally generating their planet and then handcrafting the cities. Is that correct, Cobra?
Yes. They also have a procedural city creator that they go in and they can tweak.
Oh dear.
So I'm wondering if that's close at all to what Sam is doing.
I'm not
sure. They could be
spreading
it out over time too. Like, so for example, the ancestral galaxy, I don't know which one that is, but that's basically what seems like where we came from. They could throw all the cities in that galaxy instead of having like the places that we have now that we can visit on planets. They could spread them out just the way they are now, but instead they look like old ruined buildings that we can probably go into. And then one of the hostile galaxy, they could change all the buildings to these, old broken buildings that came from that. They don't necessarily have to add it within the planets now. They could spread it out. So like if we want to go see these cities or something, then we have to jump to this other galaxy, because then it gives like all those galaxies kind of like a root in a story.
I mean, I think that the Occlude Galaxy can have cities, peppered out through, NPC, whatever. If they give us more creative tools and open it and stop, no border for that, then hopefully you won't even notice a difference with how many players are creating their own cities.
I'm trying to put two things on the screen. One of the things we got to remember is they had assets that we've never seen before in a game. We saw them, and we saw them being played. And I'm trying to bring up two of them. I found one, and these are the two biggest ones that I'm looking forward to. They're probably small to you guys. But to me, these things are huge. Let me see. Let me find the first one here.
Man. Be careful, man. I be pacing through this living room like there is no living room left to pace through.
And also remember when the game first came out, there was a trailer that featured a castle of some kind, of ruin.
Yeah. I think that's what Aaron was just talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We were, I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was in the distance you could see a wall.
Oh yeah, big wall.
What actually reminded me of was Sam Swain. He's got procedural walls that actually you can make the wall as large or as long as you want. That thing right there, what you have on your screen right there, the space station on the ground. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm looking for. Big time, and they have the concept art for these things in the art book that we got with our special edition, and they're right next to these circular things, the circular sentinel interfaces that are now in the game from Atlas Rises. That is what I'm looking forward to the most.
Wait, what's in the game because of Atlas Rises?
Since Atlas Rises is the circular, those little circle things that we used to see all over the planets. Circle structures.
They're on the new box art too.
The big rings.
Yeah,
the big rings. The big rings.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. I really stopped playing, and it wasn't. I'm sorry. Like it just every update I kind of got into a little bit, but I really want something to make exploration and everything more enjoyable. I appreciate the missions. And that aspect of it and the creation and whatnot, it's just, I don't know, that grind really, and having to restart my game so many times because something messes up, I still don't have grenades on my current build.
You're missing out on something
I know.
That you can't comprehend. I don't have grenades.
Yeah. I don't have grenades either. I'm 116 hours in there.
I did have grenades, and then I restarted with one of the updates, and I haven't received the grenade blueprint yet, and I've been kind of looking all over. I'm thinking about restarting again, but that leads to the question: how do you get the terrain? Can you get the terrain manipulator outside of doing the story? Because I don't really want to. I didn't finish the story, but
you can just buy a gun that has it already on it.
Man, that story's amazing if you're passing it up. Holy crap.
I mean, I didn't pass it. I just got to the point where with the story, I get it. It's cool and all, like the story part, but it started to get to me after I got through this. I got to the third person. First it was Artemis, then it was that one triangle dude, or maybe I'm with the triangle dude right now. Either way, it's been the same kind of go to this planet, set up this stuff. Now you have to build your base and do all this and do all these missions. And I didn't feel free. Like I wanted to leave the system. I was getting tired of where I was at. And it was not. I'd much rather get a freighter, customize that, and be able to travel to the hub and that kind of stuff. Because the story mode, the grinding, repetitive, craft this, build this, go to these parts of the planet and do the, it was so to me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That's why there's so many different ways to play the game.
Yeah, right.
But on the screen, that's one of the two things that I'm really looking forward to them implementing into the game. And since they implemented those circular structures, then I think that these are coming right after.
These things it almost looks like these have wheels on the bottom, and they always remind me of the Star Wars and the Jawas.
Jawas, yeah.
They have because it looks like almost like one of those huge moving towers, almost.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that, and then here is something right here. I'm going to play this clip, and this right here. I was so excited. I think I made an entire 30 or 40-minute video of this one little guy, and I want him in the game. So I'm going to push play right there. This guy right here, this ape-looking dude, the way he's walking. Back again.
It's funny because the Skype call and the stream are like totally lagged. Right. So we're all waiting for it to catch up.
I see the guy you're talking about.
Oh, the ape man.
Little gorilla guy.
Yeah. I was so looking forward to seeing that.
Oh, are you talking about the PlayStation 4 Access trailer or gameplay footage?
You know what I wish they would bring back? When you click on a tower and it brings the camera, and you like your camera like pulls, I don't know, a couple thousand feet into the air above the planet, and then
did the beacon still do it?
The beacons. Yeah, that's it. And your camera pulls a couple thousand feet above the air, and then it scans just this part of the planet. But in the trailer, when they did that, it pulled all the way out into space, and you could actually see the whole planet when you did that. I don't know why they did it, because when it only pulls out a couple thousand feet, you really don't even get a sense of how big the planet is, because the planet still takes up the whole screen. Whereas if you went out into space and it scanned, you could actually see the whole planet and get an idea of how big the planet really was. I don't know why they changed that mechanic.
I feel like that's probably just due to resources. Like when you zoom all the way out, like as you go into a planet naturally, it generates the terrain. So I feel like if you went all the way out, it probably lagged every single time. Maybe just on the PlayStation. On the PC, it could probably handle it, but you know, they were really making it for PlayStation, right? So they had to use those resources, and it probably, because I was thinking the same thing. That was really cool when it zoomed all the way out and you could see the whole planet, zoomed all the way back in. It gave you that moment of like how big it is and how small you are on that planet.
Right,
but I feel like, you know, that was the thing, because when you zoom out, you can still kind of see the generation, and it zooms back in. So that's got to be why.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
You have that moment with PlayStation.
I mean, you don't see it very often, but if you kind of fly into the atmosphere and just kind of barely fly out, get into the atmosphere, look down at the planet, come in at an angle, going slowly, and everything will load in beautifully.
What I love
and
to
it's one of the most cool scenes.
Yeah, what I love to do is pull into a planet. It doesn't really matter what angle you're coming in at, but come into a planet and your heat shield starts, flaring up, and then just turn your head off to the side and you can see the curvature of the planet, and you're like pulling into the planet. It's a really cool feeling that you can turn your head off to the side and actually see that you're actually coming into the planet and the curvature of the planet. It's because it's not a flat Earth or anything like that.
Well, that's the VR, isn't it? I mean, when you turn your head to the side, you look at it and you'll always see just a piece of beauty. I mean, I look at it so much, and it doesn't matter whether it's up, down, left, or right. You will always see something that will put you into awe.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on PlayStation... No, go ahead.
I'd like to touch on a point you made there a while ago. I think it was number 3, Cobra. You talked about the lore of the Traveler. And correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you guys can educate me, but my interpretation of the structures that were inhabited at one point in time and are no longer, what do they call them? They have the name for them. The ones that have the derelict bases.
Oh, the ones that are broken down and smoking, they've got slime all over them.
So my interpretation when I walk in there and I get some story lore is that it's my character that was there at one point in time. Many versions of it. Is that correct, or am I incorrect? Or am I just, this is my own interpretation of it? So when it talks about that it speaks, I think, in the first person. And it made me think that, from a lore standpoint, I am one of many versions.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you're correct, maybe you're not.
Oh, he's correct.
X-Files theme song again.
So, Atlas Rises had brought me back in time at one... spoiler. Very early on in the game. It either put me into the future or it put me in the past. At some point, it was like, or was it light years that I traveled? It was very early on in the Atlas Rises story mission.
Are you talking about the first portal you entered?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was shortly after that. The whole thing broke down and the screen went white. Was that a space-time jump?
I don't think so. I think that was just I honestly don't know. I really don't know. But I wanted to stay at that planet.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I just suspect that, going forward, and this is to kind of relate back to what Taco and I were mentioning there a while ago about creating this new sort of these dungeons and whatnot, that I think that one way that you could possibly integrate that feature is through lore, and having us, maybe the system that we're in right now or the simulation that we're in right now is either simulation A and then we go into simulation B, C, whatever. But what if it was like thousands and thousands and thousands of years in the past? And that what we're seeing now is more of a modern version, or I guess you couldn't say modern for that time of what it is that it's time that we're in now,
Well, go watch my creepypasta video.
How will I just searched for creepypasta, Cobra?
It's the Halloween special I did last October.
I'll check that out.
Even if we don't get... Oh, go ahead.
It's really great because it talks about exactly what you're talking about. Like, where are we? Are we in the future? The past? The present? It's about that. It's exactly what you just talked about. And it's a really cool little video. It's a short video. And then after that, we have a creepy story in the abandoned buildings lore that I had Rum and Apples read. And that's amazing. Huh?
Is this the Traveler series?
No. Let me find it for you because it's pretty deep.
I'm Googling it right now.
You are your own reality.
I will say, going back through some of your videos, Cobra, there's still a lot that are very relevant today. Your lore videos were just awesome.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I think that's what I'm most proud of.
Yeah.
Even if this next update doesn't give us NPCs or stuff like that, what you guys were talking about, the ruins, temples, whatever you want to call them, the dungeons, that alone, I believe, is something that would make exploration and actually give, because that was one of my issues with the exploration. And hold on, give me a second.
Oh man,
Cobra, I want to lay something on you.
Yeah, buddy.
And I'm not going to hold you to it, but I'm a realist but an idealist at heart. And with the Xbox lads jumping on board, can we put an end to the fanboyism with this community? Just done once and for all.
Well, I tell you what, I made an entire video asking all of my Cobros and all my community and everything to welcome them with open arms.
Heck yeah.
You know, this community here, if we could, and we're not going to get crossplay, unfortunately. Maybe the PC boys will get it with Xbox, but we on PlayStation, we're not going to be able to get it. Even using the word we, I shouldn't even really want to say that. No, not to be PC, but yeah, just this, you know, having the Xbox come on, we're all part of the same community. And this is just going to grow and grow and grow, man.
You know, I mean,
and I wish you
that's
all
kind of redundant to even mention here on Cobra TV because I think we got a good, grounded, welcoming to the Xbox One community. I don't think there's. I set down a nice video welcoming them, and a lot of people jumped on board of that. I don't think there's anybody within the Cobra TV community, that is fanboyism with PS4. Or anything like that. So we're ready for them.
Yeah, if anything, we want more people. I mean, the more the better, really.
Yeah, we did a whole video.
Experience the game, you know, because I mean, I remember playing The Last of Us, and my friend hadn't got a PlayStation at the time. I'm like, man, it sucks that you can't play this game because everybody should play these type of games that are really solid in structure, whether it's Journey or a lot of the first-party titles that these guys have. This should be experienced by all. You know, I mean, there's an art form here, and particularly No Man's Sky, even on itself, is a piece of art, and it should be experienced by all.
So the Halloween video,
Xbox?
Got it.
Okay, it's in the chat. I'm also going to post another thing that you're talking about that I made a video of, Xbox, and that's now in the chat too.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's the video welcoming the Xbox, and that's me asking my community to open them, you know, greet them with open arms and help them out in the comment section when they have questions and things like that. So we got that covered.
Yeah,
sweet.
Are you gonna get an Xbox, Cobra?
I'm not gonna get an Xbox, I don't think, but I am gonna buy the game. I'm gonna buy the box art because I'm a stupid idiot.
just buy the box, Cobra. Just buy the box.
It's going to bother me that there's something out there that has, because if you look in the background on my up here, look all that paraphernalia. I got the ship, I've got the books, I've got the metal case, I've got the autograph 14-page art book, and over here I got the freaking autograph. I got tons of stuff, man. It's going to bother me if there's something out there with No Man's Sky on it that can be purchased that I don't own. So I'm going to have to go buy it.
Yeah, usually GameStop has like extra posters and extra
paraphernalia
that they just give away once the whole thing's done. Yeah.
Marketing, friend.
I even got the records. See the records up there?
So I was just going to ask you, did you get the IM8-bit record? That's the good.
Oh yeah,
I was
see
curious.
The red glow. There's a light. There's a light behind it.
I'm waiting on my Shadow of the Colossus.
There you go. Hey,
so I got a question for everybody. Sentinels can't go underwater, correct?
No.
Do you think if we do get submarines or underwater craft in the next update, that they will make some kind of new Sentinel that can go underwater?
I really hope so.
Because I would love
I
more
thought
Sentinel
the
variation.
tanks could go underwater.
Well, yeah, but I mean like something like kind of meant for like a submarine with some speed on it, like that can go like faster than 3 miles an hour. Because we only have like what 4 different types of Sentinels, right?
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Well,
so I would love to see more Sentinels.
Yeah. Cobra,
or have like little droids like attached to a body, and then that body be able to walk around and stuff.
Yeah, Cobra, can you remind me how Herc and Now were brought back up in Waking Titan?
It was through Nat. When you typed in something to do with Nat, and all of a sudden just started talking about Now. Well, it didn't really. Yeah, it did. It did mention Now. No, it didn't. I don't think it specifically mentioned it. It just hinted at the story, and you knew that they were talking about Herc.
Because we know obviously enough about Herc, but we don't really know anything about Now, really.
Right.
Because he just kind of out of nowhere challenged Herc, right?
Yeah. That was there was no history about Now or why he had followers.
Right.
We knew why Herc did, but we didn't know why Now did.
Right. It's kind of interesting.
It really is. It threw me for a loop when I saw them, bringing that up, and I'm like, is this old? That's the thing with Waking Titan is they didn't discontinue all the old stuff.
Right.
So a lot of people that didn't follow Waking Titan before, I've had so many people message me saying, "Hey, look what I figured out! Look what I figured out!" And I'm like, it's hard to say to those people oh, we know. Right. It's like I want to be excited for them, but because they figured it out on their own, right? Like they didn't have a community helping them like we all did. So they're figuring this stuff out by themselves, and that alone's amazing. So for me to say, "Oh yeah, dude, we already know that," I just don't want to say that.
Right.
They're probably just using Internet Explorer to get their information. That's probably what's happening.
Cobra.
Yeah.
I just finished up the new base. So, it's called the Guardian's Haven. Actually, yeah. The system name is named the Guardian's Haven.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh Lord, here I go.
No, man. Sit back down. Sit down. We're gonna do this. You're going to timeout, buddy.
That's
awesome. Don't make me not mute myself when I use the toilet.
Sit down.
I'll do it. I swear.
2-minute walk from a portal.
What's that?
So that's nice. The base is a 2-minute walk from a portal.
So
in fact,
unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and get off the call. We're going to go ahead and end the show right here. It's been, 3 hours. Woo! That's a good one.
Time flies when you're having fun.
People probably look at my videos when they get uploaded, and they're like, what the freaking heck is this guy doing uploading a 3? Not even movies are that long.
Oh, you're cool till they hear my name.
Hey, man. I mean, that says something. We're 2 years out, and we're still having 3-hour podcasts about this game. I mean,
I know.
It's great.
I look forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thanks to you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, we do the morning show on Sundays, too. So Sunday morning, Thursday morning, Tuesday evening. And here lately, I've been experimenting with, if I've got some time, I go live, whether it's morning, afternoon, or whatever. I'm going to try and start doing that more. Zachary, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much, dude. Hashtag Zachary in the chat for the donation, buddy. You're a Cobra.
Zachary! Yeah. He's out in Groom Lake where this broadcast is being broadcast. Groom Lake, Nevada.
So, what do you...
So I sent the portal address to your Facebook account. So I Yeah, there you go.
Okay, buddy. Maybe I'll include it in the Traveler.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you actually, speaking of the Traveler, what are you working on right now, Cobra?
Right now I'm doing the tomorrow I'm going to be finishing the review video.
Yep.
And at the same time I've been working on the Traveler video. I was wanting to go to all the Hollywood bases. But that's a lot of work. I don't know, maybe I will.
Right.
The Hollywood bases?
Yeah, somebody went and made Boyd Gaming and his community, dude, they made like movie scenes. Like there's an AT-AT walker that's all destroyed and it's on an ice planet and it's like half buried. Then they have the Knights or Pirates of the Caribbean ship. Dude, they have all kinds of stuff, man. It just wow, blows my mind how cool it looks and how real it looks. And if you are interested, I think you can go over to the portalrepository.com and find the portal addresses to them.
Right on.
Do me a favor, brother man. Don't forget to send me that link of me talking amazingly.
I will do.
What about the Survivor?
What about the what?
Survivor series?
I've been giving that a lot of thought. I think
the last episode, he met me in a bar, but that episode hasn't been aired yet. Like he just appeared, and there was like, "Who are you?" And then I better be quiet. I better be quiet. Oh, I'm giving speculation out. The whole damn community is going to be like, "What is going on here?"
I think they already like what is going on here. I think that everyone watching is thinking.
All right, I'll put a public promise out. That way, I have to stick to it.
All right.
Within 2 weeks, I will have another Revenge of the Survivor out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there,
hey,
I said it.
cool.
So now I got to hold myself to it.
I haven't put my portal address up to the Drunken Tacos portal. So hey, if you want to meet up at a bar, like a space bar, we can do that. Nope.
Thank you, Zach.
Knows, except Grammy, if they watch my live stream. And I really doubt half of these people watch my live stream, but it's there.
Okay,
Speaking of streams, does anybody got any channels or Twitter handles they want to shout out before Cobra ends it?
The Drunken Taco.
Not yet.
That's it.
All right, the Drunken Taco, and we also have always a pleasure to have on the show, and I hope it lasts forever. Every time we go live is Adam from Keep Calm and Game On. I highly suggest you go check out his channel. Amazing content. And normally, I don't know if he's doing it tonight, but normally he does like an after show where he just goes on and everybody just goes over to his channel and he does what he calls Cobra Chat or just Adam Chat or whatever. I don't know what.
I'm calling it the sub chat now.
Sub chat now. Okay.
Subscribers, yeah. I got the
go
chat
on
box
over there.
up there, and yeah, I'm gonna do it tonight too. So
okay,
if you want to watch some horrible gameplay, No Man's Sky gameplay, you guys can.
The party
head
continues on Adam's channel.
You if I could, but it's a little late, and I still got to work tomorrow. But I would be more than happy to join you if I could.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, Husband Vader, the Portal Repository. If anyone wants to submit an address, go over to the Portal Repository, and also I think there should be the Hollywood bases over there. I don't know.
You said it wrong.
Huh?
You said it wrong, man. It's the Portal Suppository.
Yeah. So yeah, keep calm and game on. Just commented in the chat down there. Tim, you're really making me go for a loop here in my mind.
It's called the Tim effect, the taco effect.
We had a loop earlier. Right now is just this is just the after effects of the loop that we had earlier.
Cobra, that intro though, man, that intro is amazing, and you got like the Star Wars quote from like this is like the ultimate power in the universe. I'm like, I was losing my mind. I'm like, that's awesome.
Oh, which one? What?
When you open the show is like this station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Star Wars. I'm like, oh man, so cool.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It was fun to make that, dude, man. And Tim,
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, man. Great work, dude. Great work. Thank you, Adam.
I can do better. I can do better.
So, Cobra, what's your schedule for live streams?
Every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Tuesday night at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to whenever.
All right. Well, I won't be on Thursday. Not likely. Okay. But we'll be on after 5 o'clock.
Cirrus is... I don't know what Cirrus is doing. He's making a game or something.
Oh, how's that game going, Cobra? The one you've been working on.
How's your game?
Yeah, how's your game?
We are... Okay, it's kind of cool. We all restarted. Okay, me and my wife are now learning together. So we're going to be...
Oh, nice.
We're going to be a 2-person development team. So we're learning Udemy together, and we're learning C#. And so our first project that Udemy's taken us to is we're making a text adventure-based game. So after that, then we're going to be making a 2D adventure platformer game, and then we're going to go all the way up to making a 3D action adventure game. So,
oh yeah, no man's Cobra.
Pretty sure I know where a bunch of beta testers could.
Yeah.
Well, Cobra,
okay, guys.
Listen, thanks for having me on the show. Everybody on the stream, I really enjoy listening to you guys. So thanks for allowing me to hang out on my Tuesday night with you all.
Yeah, buddy, it's been a pleasure, man. Always welcome on the show, dude.
Just mine. Thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody myself for bearing with me for what time you did decide to bear with me. I tried to be quiet. I'm not drinking tonight because I got to work, but nonetheless, I let loose. So,
Before
another day.
I have a minor announcement. For those who are interested in coming to the GCC quote-unquote party, that little plan-off thing, the brainstorm, I recommend 6 p.m. Eastern Time, if that's all right with you, Cobra.
Yeah, depends on what day.
Thursday.
Tuesdays are great.
Thursday.
Thursday's great. Yeah, Thursday's better. Sorry.
I miss Jason.
Okay, guys.
In that case, I will be seeing you on Thursday, 6 p.m.
Okay, buddy. Yep. We'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, before I go, could you find me on PSN? I sent you that friend request and you never really replied.
Okay, hold on, buddy. Let me
Yeah, take your time. It's okay. You don't have to do it right now. Just as long as.
If I don't do it now, I won't do it because I'll forget.
It took him like 6 months for me.
Oh, heavens.
It happens. I have the same problem, but usually with cats. And we're not
Panda Poopy
involved with that conversation at the end of this.
All right, so Panda. Okay, so Dominic, big shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Lunaic99. I think okay. Rocket. I'm not saying that.
Red Rocket.
There you are, Snow. I see you. All right, did you get it?
Should happen. I don't have my PlayStation on right now, but okay, should be.
Hey, you got Rayrod TV in your chat there.
Sweet, Rayrod.
Oh yeah,
What's up, Rayrod?
Rayrod's been on the show so many times.
That guy's a genius.
The chosen one.
No, I'm telling you, he is secretly Hello Games material, and we just don't know it yet.
I hope Hello Games declared 1.4 as Rayrod, and they just skipped 1.5 and just said, the community, we're going to give you 1.4, because that in itself took like